What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo.
Canadian.
I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Blue Note report. Justin.
How you doing, man? How you feeling?
A little better. Not recovered, but a little bit better. Got a bad headache. I meant to take some aspirin before the show, and I didn't. So I may take a break during the commercial or something and go hit one. Matt said that he will join us a little bit later. He's got to get his kid to bed first, and then he's going to come join us. So we look forward to that. Big game tonight. Not a division game, but an important game. And in yesterday's post-game TikTok, you kind of brought this up. You brought up how where the Blues are in the standings. And it's important. Right now, they're in fourth in the wild card, right? Top two make it. They are 4 points behind the Mammoths. Well, just a point behind them, and then 3 points behind them are the Jets, the Blackhawks, and the Kraken. And by points percentage, those three teams are ahead of the Blues. So winning tonight will help you maintain that gap, right? Because you're not within that margin. Now, there is one thing about games in hand. You have to win them. I always look at you're going to win your percentage, right? Like, so they're both at the three teams are at 484, 485. So they're going to win half, right? So one for the Jets, one for the Blackhawks, then we're behind. The big one is the Kraken. They're 4 games back. So they win those 2 points, they jump us, or those 2 games, they jump us. So again, getting back to my original point, very, very important game tonight. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to start to see some things normalize in the NHL. It's been a crazy season up to this point, not just for the Blues, but for most teams in the league. Things are going to start to normalize and start to come down to earth. Seattle's one of them teams that is in that category of coming down to earth. They started the season off really well, better than what most expected them, and now they're kind of in a standstill right now as of their team momentum. They don't have much momentum. So teams like Seattle, teams like San Jose, although San Jose is playing good, they're gutsy right now. Teams like that, they're going to fall off. Like those teams, I don't expect to have a great season for 82 games, at least not yet. They're still going through a rebuild. Like those teams are still going through rebuilds, retools. But yeah, I think that's the only way I can look at it is most of the NHL is going to normal itself out here very shortly.
Yeah, you're starting to see it. I think at one point we said there were only like 5 teams or 4 teams that were under 500. Now that number is 7. However, all 7 of those teams are in the Western Conference. Everybody in the Eastern Conference is 500 or above. That's still this late in the season. And yeah, we are talking late now. We're in that 33, 34, 35. You're 41 games is halfway mark. We're almost to the halfway mark, right? We're going to be at halfway by January 1st. And or right after it. And, we're still, only 7 teams below 500. There is only one storyline tonight, in my eyes. Now, you might think there's more, but in my eyes, there's only one storyline tonight. And I think it's a huge one. I think it's a big one. And I think it's one a lot of people aren't talking about at least as much as they should be. Before I say what I think my storyline is, what do you think yours is?
I mean, I would say, there's not really much. I mean, the Blues and the Rangers don't really have much of a, they don't have a rivalry, obviously. They're not in the same division, same conference by any means. So there's not much. You obviously have the Pavel Buchnevich being there, being an old Ranger, but that's kind of like old news. He's been here for a couple seasons now for St. Louis, so that's not really a storyline anymore. I would say for me, I guess my biggest storyline would be, can Jordan Binnington find his game and be more consistent?
And that's the only storyline. Now, you are correct. Now, Panarin, the Breadman, game time decision, he was not in warm-up, so there's a good chance he won't be in. Under the weather, cold's going around, weather changes, the way they travel, not surprising. But he put performance, because not saying that Hoffer is the number one, but Hoffer's saying I can be your guy, right? He is giving the Blues some options, right? Now we know that Edmonton is off the board, but then again, I come back and I say, are they really off the board? I mean, if it got to the point where the Blues were ready to say, we're going to part ways with Jordan, and Edmonton's not on that list, that 15 team or 15 team list, would Edmonton say, hey, Binnington for Yari?
See, my thing is I know we give a lot of crap to the Canadian teams, Toronto, Edmonton, how they want everybody. I do think that there is some validity behind the fact of Edmonton wanting Jordan Binnington. It's not that far-fetched. I believe those sources, it's not, we see it all the time that, Edmonton wants this, Toronto wants this. I do believe that those two teams probably did want Binnington, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Edmonton probably did bring up the phone for Armstrong and say, hey, what do you want for Jordan Binnington? And I'm going to say that for the Blues, I'm sure that the Edmonton Oilers probably tried to lowball them. So Armstrong probably said no, and the Edmonton Oilers had to pivot and go and get Tristan Jarry. And for me, I know that Edmonton fans were ecstatic because they got rid of Stuart Skinner, but I'm telling you right now, Tristan Jarry, he had that really good season the one year. Tristan Jarry is not going to be the answer to the Edmonton Oilers' problems. I can tell you that with 100% certainty that he is not going to be the answer for their problems in Edmonton. But
even Jason Nichols says, I honestly thought Yari was a trade point for Edmonton to get Benny. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm not saying that it's been talked about. I'm just looking at, if Hoffer is stepping up, Bennington's not as hot as he was last year, coming off last year, but he's still a guy that teams are going to pay for. Right? They're going to pay what I consider the equivalent of 3 first-round draft picks. Right?
The reason I say this, and I got a lot of slack for it, and I feel like I'm kind of maybe getting you a little bit more on that, hey, maybe it's not a bad thing to consider. Hofer is still young. He's still not a number one, complete number one. But as of right now, Hofer has put himself in the position of he has earned the net. So he's not a number one, but he has earned more starts than Jordan Binnington at this moment. Can Jordan Binnington get back to his game? Absolutely. This guy is incredible. We've seen the best of Jordan Binnington. He is 100% capable of it. But my thing is, we've been talking about Sesame Street Safe, right? I've been talking about it for a few weeks now. Sesame Street Safe. a move that is a Jordan Bennington-esque move, and you even brought this up, that's not playing it safe. If you're trading Jordan Bennington, you're not playing it safe anymore.
Yeah.
You're playing it risky. So you can say, hey, trade Jordan Bennington, get some assets for him, see what you can actually get from teams, because like you said, teams will pay for him. Jordan Bennington is still a hot commodity as a goalie out there. You can get some assets, bring some in, and it's a gamble. Obviously, maybe Hofer pans out, maybe he doesn't. But Hofer, I think, is really going to pan out. I really do. Hofer had the struggle in the beginning of the season. He's still not the most consistent goalie, but I really think that he's going to be a great goalie for years to come. You know, he's going through that sophomore slump here, not recently, of course, but in the beginning of the season, he had that sophomore slump. But he's turned it around tremendously. I mean, he has 5 career shutouts, and 3 of them have happened this season.
Yeah. I don't know if you could call that last year a sophomore slump. Or last year is rookie year. I thought that last year was the sophomore year. I think this is the junior slump. But I mean, I'm mincing words, right? So I'm not just being funny, trying to be funny. That's all.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah. This is his 4th year. Third year.
30. Okay. I might have got it wrong. I might have got it wrong, but still, you know how the goalies usually go through an eventual slump in the beginning once they're kind of new and getting used to everything. But Hofer's still young. Hofer is going to be the guy for the Blues in years to come. And I think instead of losing Jordan Bennington, because I really don't see Jordan Bennington re-signing with us. After his contract's done, I think Jordan Bennington probably goes to a different team. So instead of doing that, I'd rather go and trade Jordan Bennington, get assets for him, instead of just losing him for nothing.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I'm missing something. See if it says, yeah, this is his 3rd season. He's got 88 games. He's played 19 this season against the Rangers. This is his 3rd. This is his 4th. Or he's had 3 games against the Rangers. He was 2-1. 2-1-0 with the 237 and 910, no shutouts. He has 5 shutouts overall, 3 this season. He is showing that, you know what? I can be that guy. Bennington against the Rangers, he's 4-3-0 with a 289 and a 902 with no shutouts. I would love to see one tonight. I would love to see the type of Bennington that this team. I kind of wondered, and I said this before, if it feels like the team trust, and I know this sounds counterintuitive, trust Bennington more than they trust Hofer, so they don't provide the defense like they provide for Hofer. And maybe they're at a point where they don't trust Bennington as much as they trust Hofer, and they provide that defense. And because they provide that defense, the offense shows up. Does that make like 0 amount of sense or a little bit of sense?
No, I think it's kind of a mixed bag. I think you're right in a way. It kind of feels like that when you watch certain performances out on the ice. But I will counter that, and obviously I'm going to sound like a Bennington hater. I'm not a Bennington hater, but the fact of the matter is Joel Hofer is the whole thing with the goaltending tandem this year is they've been giving up a lot of weak goals. This is uncharacteristically a lot of weak goals that we're seeing going in, and although Jordan Bennington and Hofer can make the hard saves, and you shouldn't expect your goalie to make every impossible save. But that's what makes our goalies so good is they usually make saves that they shouldn't make. I think the difference for me is Hofer's making the saves that you shouldn't make. And the fact of the matter is and when it comes down to it, Jordan Bennington is just not making the saves that he usually would make. And like I said, I do agree with you. There's defensive breakdowns, but Hofer's had some defense. You know, he's been in the net when the Blues have had some defensive breakdowns, and Hofer has picked them up. So I think that it's just kind of a 50-50 on that one. Like I agree with you, but at the same time, I'm like Bennington has to be better because although he's not saving the goals that he shouldn't save, he is not saving some of the goals that he should save. So
No, I'm with you.
That's a big thing for me right now. And Hofer, he's still, we saw it the other night. He let up those 2 weak ones. I mean, the one from the blue line where they just turned around and took a shot. I mean, that one he wasn't even ready for. So
Yeah.
it happens. It happens to the best of them. But the fact of the matter is Jordan Bennington is the last place goalie and goals saved above expected. That's not good. And he's in that position by a large margin.
He did. He who should not be named has already liked the show.
Wow.
Along with Aaron Nels and Jason Nichols. He asked, how's your gut today? Better. He goes, you're getting old, LOL. It's not the age as much as it is. I've had GERD issues since 1991. I got mine like right after the Gulf War, right after it. Within a month, 6 weeks, I started having that stomach where I would choke on acid at night. So it hit me early, and I've been dealing with it for a real long time. It's like a Blues power play goal when I like it's rare.
It's definitely interesting. I think for what it was, I think we handled it perfectly fine. I think you were able to go and kind of rest for the third period. Probably good for you. You're feeling a little better today, not 100%, but feeling better than what you were. So that's good.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate that. I couldn't do it, man. I just could not do it, and I was just done. I mean, I would have ended the show. You wanted to stay. I know you have trouble reading comments, but I guess you were able to read some last night. So,
yeah, I all I do is I go to I can click the comment thing and I can go. So I'm, for the people that know about my vision issues, I might have got a little too close, but it was okay for the most part. I didn't like get all up in their face. I was able to kind of read in and do all that, but I thought it went pretty good. I wasn't getting comments at first, and then I was getting some comments, so it kind of helped everything flow, and it turned out to be pretty good for the most part.
So you got a little taste of what I've had to do for years, right? Where there's no comments, there's nothing going on, and you've got nobody to talk to. How do you do a show then? How do you handle that?
Yeah,
right.
It's not. Tough. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I just was saying it's tough. It's tough when you're not garnering any conversation from the audience. Like, it's easy for me. Like, I was in here for the third period. I was getting comments during that point, but I was in here kind of doing like more so like a play-by-play per thing. So it was easier to do that. And then I was able to answer questions if people had questions. But all I did was I just was honest. I was like, hey, it's hard to do this show when you don't have comments. And then I started to see some comments. I got the Ryan Green was big yesterday. I appreciate him commenting so much, and we had some good conversations. He was talking about the jerseys and talking about how, do I like the away jerseys better than the new ones? And I'm like, I still love the new ones. It's just, superstitions, how that works in the NHL.
Yeah. When it comes to the jerseys, the jersey controversy that we're 4-0 or whatever it is in the thirds and whatever our record is in the new homes, that's Scott.
And he didn't say that. He wasn't being superstitious. He just was like, do you like the third jerseys? Do you like them better than the new ones? And I just was like, no, I still like the new ones. I still like the rebrand. But I said it to you, how you were saying it in the beginning of the season. I was like, I kind of agree with Guy. I brought your name into this because I was like, I understand what Guy meant by his argument on why he didn't particularly not dislike them, but didn't care for having the baby blues be a thing, because I compared it to having a special at a restaurant. Like, if a special is available every once in a while or once a year, and then that special is on the menu every single day, it loses its value. So I understand that.
I think I made that argument when the jerseys came out. I like that.
Well,
you used my own argument. I like that. That's cool.
It probably was an argument. I know that I've said it before, but I was like, what? that's a great point because we were talking about it. I'm like, yeah, so I agree with Guy's point on this one, but I was like, I still love the jerseys. I know you love the jerseys. I know you think they look awesome, but I get what you meant about like the baby blues being like losing its value in a sense.
Yeah. No, and it just, that's my thing, you know. It just you took the everyday, you took the special and made it every day, and now it's so, and that's the thing, because as soon as they put them on, you could feel the excitement in they're wearing the baby blues today. They're wearing they're wearing the Winter Classic jerseys today. They're wearing the Winter Classic. So it was that excitement. Now you don't hear that when they're wearing. In fact, it's gone the opposite. Oh no, they're wearing the baby blues. We don't play as well in the baby blue. And that to me made my point for me. Right? That made my point.
Well, and it is a lot to do with the superstitions though of hockey fans. You know, like I said, they're not playing well in it. But like if the Blues were playing well and they got a better record with those home jerseys on, they would be saying the complete opposite. Oh my God, I love the baby blues. So
we have a surprise special guest today. I did not know he was going to jump on, but he's one of those guys that he comes on. I let him on no matter what. He's one of those. Please welcome my buddy, my pal, my New York Ranger friend, Shagalicious.
How we doing, guy? Is my sound good?
Yes.
Okay. Man, I cannot imagine. First of all, you know, for me, today's Hanukkah. So, you know, like it was a busy day, but I saw Rangers playing the Blues. You know, we're having I just got to my in-laws. We're having a lot of family stuff. And I said to my wife, I need a moment. Give me 5-10 minutes. I gotta hop on with Guy. I gotta give my 2 cents right now. But yeah, pretty. You know what? I've never had a more bipolar season as a Ranger fan. And when you watch a Blues team and Hofer has 3 shutouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the Blues shutout and I slammed my hand on the table and I went, I cannot imagine as a Blues fan how you're one. Yeah. Good luck, Jason. So I cannot imagine as a Blues fan, one game you go from shut out by Hofer, and then the next game you get to play the Rangers. I mean, that's probably the best scenario. But maybe. Yeah, I'll tell you something. If Hofer started against the Rangers tonight, yes, it would be 6-3. But Shesterkin's in goal. He's been good. But Panarin's out. I don't think that's I know you'll think I'm crazy. That's not a big deal. It's not. And I'll tell you why. He needs, honestly, in my opinion, to sort of he has to sort of step up. And I'll tell you why. He's supposed to be that good. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be that good. And I'm not too impressed with the fact of his lackluster play, in my opinion. I want him to step up. And I know he's out for mostly injury, but that gives him a chance to sort of sit back and watch a game, and hopefully that'll change this. Tonight's game, I think, comes down to a lot of what we discussed last time. Who wins the boards?
Yeah.
Guys?
First of all, Shag, let me say this: Happy Hanukkah, my friend. I'm pretty sure that's what you're kind of celebrating tonight. I hope you are enjoying the season with your family. We greatly appreciate you hopping on. We do have our other Ranger friend, Matt Luff, Matt Lips. Sorry, Matt Luff. Yeah, I wish. Matt Lips coming on a little bit later. Hopefully you're able to watch in and check him out. And I do see what you're saying with the Rangers. Letting Hofer start yesterday. I said it on our show yesterday that, and this was kind of like the Hofer coming out party, right? And what I meant by that was he's getting the big start. Of the 2 games, that's the bigger game, was the Jets divisional game. He's getting that divisional game start. And he came out and, you know, a 1-0 shutout. It's what the Blues needed. Today, the only storyline to me is Bennington. He's good at making the saves you're not supposed to make. But tonight he's got to make the saves that you're supposed to make. He's got to make those. He cannot let in soft goals. He's got to be strong. And not only that, the Rangers are missing Panarin tonight. So this, you got to take advantage of it. I think we were missing somebody else, Kreider, in the last game, weren't we, Shags?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kreider's a Duck.
Yeah, Kreider's
Say again?
Kreider is an Anaheim Duck.
Oh, Kreider is a Duck. Okay.
I think last game you guys were only missing maybe Fox.
Oh, Fox. Yeah, there was somebody missing last game. I couldn't remember who it was. So
yeah,
sorry about that.
I'll tell you something, guy. You know, the only time that a team missing a player is huge is when it's a McDavid, McKinnon, you know, Crosby type of player. I actually feel in hockey that because it's sort of it's such a team game that even if you get like your best player out of a lineup, if you have a good coaching scheme and you play hard, you're going to be as good. As long as, you know, not as good as if you had that player, but, you know, like if you would take Panarin out of this Rangers lineup, as bad as it is, this Rangers lineup has pretty good depth, and they just have to switch a couple things around, and it usually works itself out. I think the problem with the Rangers, though, is, you know, you're playing a road game. They're very good on the road. They like to score on the road. Without Panarin, that could be flipped.
Rangers are 12-5-1 on the road. The Blues are 7-8-4 at home. Overall, the Rangers are 16-15-4 with 36 points. They are fifth out of the wild card, are 4 spots out of the wild card, if I read that correctly earlier.
Yeah, 4.
Blues are 13-15-7 at 33 points, and they are only 2 spots out of a wild card. However, their teams behind them have games in hand, and the Rangers are in that same position. They have teams behind them that have games in hand. I think both teams, this is game 36 for both teams. You know, they're both just ready to hit the halfway mark right at the beginning of the new year. So, you know, it's an important game for both teams. But I think it carries a little more weight for the Blues than it does the Rangers. Right. Justin, sorry about that, bud. Any thoughts or comments, man?
No, for me, Panarin to me it's a loss for sure. I'm kind of with Shag that I don't know if it's necessarily the greatest loss, and not just because of the play of his. It's just this Rangers team beat the St. Louis Blues last time, and Panarin didn't do anything. I don't think he even got on the score sheet. So I could be wrong about that, but I don't think he had any points in the game against St. Louis. I think it was mostly the bottom guys for the Rangers. But the Rangers are good on the road for sure. They are a team that has struggled mightily at home, which I'm very surprised about because I thought that they would have a little bit of a better success rate at home than they do.
I mean, they're in a situation right now where they have to show which way they're going. I say this about 500 teams that are at 500. You need to choose which path you are. If you always hang around 500, you're saying you're mid. You have to. This is your chance to say, "Hey, are we falling off? Are we dropping out? Is this a selling season, or is this a buying season? Are we gonna, sort of like push off on our skates and get things going?" When you're around their record, you have to sort of win these games on the road, especially against a Blues team where, they're not the greatest team. They're not the worst team, but like you should line up pretty good against them. You should be having a good game against them. Don't look sloppy out there. You know what I mean? I think this is a game where you see a Rangers victory like, 6-4. I think this is a higher scoring game. I think with Panarin out, with the Rangers having to find some play, you're going to see maybe some of the youngsters getting more minutes. Noah Laba's my call for a goal in this game, but you're gonna have a very fast game, rough game. We saw it last time; it was physical, up and down. This is the game where it's going to be close the entire time. The Rangers could score on the road. The Blues have the advantage when it comes to just the way they're able to develop some great shots. I've watched a bunch of their games. They could develop shots. That's a fantastic, key. I know Guy talks about cycling the puck. They don't just cycle. Sometimes they do a great job of just finding the right man to shoot it, and the right correct shot. So, Guy, do you have the stats on XGA?
On what?
The XGA.
With SGA?
X
X.
like
Oh,
X.
no, I don't have that one. Yeah, expected goals against. No, I don't have that. I don't have that.
I gotta find stats. I wanted to see if the Blues are up there. Actually, I think they're probably one of those teams higher up in the XGA.
No, we're probably the lowest.
Nah,
Expected goals against, or no, goals for. I think we're the
Goals
lowest.
for.
Goals against, we might be higher. Right.
Yeah, goals for the Blues are very low on that list. Goals for the bottom teams because their offense has been their defense is actually pretty good, at least to the eye. I don't know where they are in this in the seating for that, but their defense has looked very good. That's been the strong part of their game.
Okay, so I actually just checked this up. So, the Rangers are actually 12th in XG, which is expected goals percentage. That's on 5-5. And the
Blues
are 21st. The Blues are 21st.
Okay.
But I was pretty impressed. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with the way they're able to create. Pretty good at creating the things. They're the worst at hockey in goal percentage, though.
Yeah,
Mike, you should. I don't think it's on ESPN. I think this game is on.
no,
Fox Sports.
No, Mike's not in the St. Louis area. He's in New York, so the game is going to be blocked out for him. You're going to have to watch the New York. What channel is it on there? Madison Square Garden, I think.
It's on the Gotham Sports Network.
Gotham Sports Network. There you go. Yeah, that's what you're going to have to watch it on, Mike. The Gotham Sports Network. MSGSN. No, actually, this says MSGSN here.
Yeah.
So is that the same or?
No, that's something else. That's not existent anymore.
Yeah, the sheet I got from the NHL says MSGSN. So just letting Mike know there.
By the way, do you know the Rangers lead hockey in the share of penalty minutes taken?
And they lead hockey in penalty minutes taken?
No. Meaning, what I mean is, no. So basically, there's a stat. I saw this stat today that the Rangers in their games basically get out penalized. Meaning, they don't necessarily get penalized a lot, like the most in hockey, but like in every game, the other team always has less penalties than them.
I could see that.
And I'm telling you, that's right. But that pretty much defines when you have a team that needs to find themselves.
Well, here, actually, it's not that. Well, so the Blues are averaging 7.6 penalty minutes per game, which is 5th in the NHL. And the Rangers, have I got that right? Make sure I got that right. And the Rangers are actually 4th in the NHL at 7.2. The Blues were leading the NHL for a while, and that number's gone up. They've had a few games here where like everybody was giving them penalties. John, the one problem with that is if you're in, like for me, if the Blues play the Kings or the Ducks, I can't watch it on ESPN. Because I'm considered, believe it or not, even though I'm 2,500 miles away.
Look,
you're closer,
guy. But when it comes to hockey watching, we've discussed the fact that it's destroying the sport. But
the
at the end of the day, that's why we have streaming. But the interesting thing is, look, the Blues and the Rangers are both. I love watching this, but.
Yeah.
The Rangers and Blues are tied in 6th place this season. Actually, it's more like in fourth place for the most rebound goals against them. For rebound goals for them.
I know the Blues have had a lot of rebound goals
They have
against them.
had some of the most rebound goals. And it's insane because when it comes to rebound shots in general, the Blues are 12th in hockey on rebound shots. They crash the net.
Actually, that's been like one of the issues that we haven't crashed the net enough.
Well,
right? When we have crashed the net,
the stats don't necessarily say that. But here's the interesting thing. The Rangers are 8th worst of giving up the most rebound shots against them. That's a difference in this game.
Right. The thing with the Rangers that, I thought the Rangers would be better this year. I really did. Just like I thought the Preds were going to be better this year, and I was wrong there. I think with the Rangers, the fact that, they've got one of the best goalies in the league, and they're just not hitting it.
Guy, are you a new hockey fan?
No.
Have you met Lundqvist? It's insane. I've been watching this right up there. I've been watching this for 20 years. 20 years. They can't get their heads on their pants.
I think he's referring to guys that play now.
I understand that, but watching it with Shesterkin just tells me the same thing that they did with Lundqvist. You're going to go to the playoffs. You're going to have hopes every year, and we're going to be the Dallas Cowboys of hockey.
Oh, I agree. It's that. For most people, I hear that Shesterkin is not. I think it was touted that Shesterkin was not bad in the playoffs. I think it was. There's a few goalies that are up there. I wouldn't say Shesterkin is best in the league, but like I said, I think that the Rangers are, honestly, a team of Jekyll and Hyde. If I'm honest, kind of similar to the Blues. I think the Rangers, they have some superstar players there, but I just feel like they are not consistent like the Blues and that aspect of how we view both of these teams. If I'm honest.
We're not hearing you, Shags. Shags, you're muted.
Sorry. I was doing that so Justin has better sound. How do you call it? So I think the harder thing with the Rangers is just the fact that.
By the way, puck drop.
They have a great coach, in my opinion. I like him a lot, and I just wish they played harder for him. That's what I wish. Man, how about Zach Werenski? How about Zach Werenski getting his 12th goal today? What do you think? I didn't hear you. What do you think of the Quinn Hughes trade?
The which trade?
Quinn Hughes.
I was okay with it. I think it was one of those situations where I said this earlier. I said this before. I would like to see more December, January trades instead of teams waiting. Hey, Tad Dieterman, how you doing, buddy? Instead of teams waiting till the trade deadline to make these moves, because you get more out of trading earlier, right? Now, Quinn Hughes is a special case because he's got term, but for these guys that don't have term, trade him in December, trade him in January. If you can't get the negotiations started early, trade him earlier, right? Mm-hmm. Because believe it or not, I think you will get more the earlier you trade them than trading later. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with the trade. Justin, what do you think about it?
Rangers have come out here just shooting.
Say again?
No,
go ahead, Justin.
No, the Quinn Hughes trade, and I talked about it. It's I respect it from both aspects because both teams didn't play it safe. Seeing a blockbuster trade like that so randomly in the season, in December, just random on a Friday, it's crazy to think about.
It was very well thought out. I think that was the biggest part. It was really well thought out. He went to a team that needs to bolster itself, and probably he wants to stay there again. He gets to come to United States now, and he's closer to his brother, and I feel like they sent back like a guy in Zev, however you pronounce his name, who's gonna be a good defenseman. I can't say he's gonna be a Quinn Hughes, but he's gonna be good. He's gonna be a solid top 4. And we'll see. I think that's one of those. That's one of those you have to turn around in a couple years and see how it goes.
Well, Shags, I appreciate you coming on, bud. I really do. Unfortunately, I did have somebody else scheduled today.
No problem, guy. I just came on because I just out of respect for you, man. All right.
Well, just remember, it's mine and me and Justin. We enjoy having you on.
No problem.
If just give me a heads up and we will like it better. And
no problem.
No issue. I love you, buddy. I love you. You know that we've been friends for a couple of years now, and we've stayed good friends. Thank you so much, Shags. I will talk to you later, my friend. Thank you, Shaggy. And we are going to bring in our other special guest. Welcome to the stage, Matt Lippolis.
What's going on, guys? My son took
Matt.
forever to go to bed. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. One of my buddies, who's also a Rangers fan, popped in and joined us for a little bit. It's good to have you. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, no problem. If I got on early, I would have told everybody listening to slam the under with Artemi Panarin not playing tonight, and this team already can't score. So expect the Rangers to get 1 goal or less tonight. So, I mean, it's going to get ugly.
I don't know. They play well on the road. I mean, we were looking at that. What was the over-under, just out of curiosity? To
be 100% honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 4.5, But it's probably 5.5, something like that.
I probably would have taken the under on this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't gamble, but just looking at it, from
I'm not a gambler either, but just based on everything I've seen from this team, let me tell you. But I mean, it's ugly, guys. I mean, I know we got a Blues crew over here, but Rangers are the first team in NHL history to be shut out 6 times in their first 17 home games. So, I mean, it's been a rough stretch for them. But I know St. Louis is playing better. They're coming off a back-to-back big win against Winnipeg. So
that was probably the best. I don't know. It was one of the top 3 games of the season, right? And it was probably the best second period the Blues have played all year. That was just well played from puck drop to final whistle. I'll let Justin can probably go into it a little better than I can. But this is we talked about it a little bit. Important game for both teams, and for me, I know you didn't come on pregame, but who for us, our player to watch is Bennington. Who's your player to watch on the Rangers?
For the Rangers tonight, I want to see Gabe Perreault. I want to see Gabe Perreault. They called up Gabe Perreault and Brendan Othman, 2 former first-round picks. They have Brendan Othman playing on the 4th line. That tells you everything you know about the New York Rangers. But so Gabe Perreault I want to see. They have Connor Sheary, who's a career AHL player of late. They have him on the top line, but I want to see what Gabe Perreault does.
Oh, Justin, I meant to ask you this, and we kind of got sidetracked a little bit. What did you think about Fabry sitting tonight?
It's interesting. I don't know who I didn't. I was wanting to go over the lines or whatever, but we didn't get to it. But I think that like we said, Bennington was our player to watch tonight. But I think another big storyline was the emergence of Stenberg and Bergen, especially in the last game, how they played so well. Hopefully they can continue that heading into this game, because Bergen can really be a sneaky waiver pickup, if I'm honest, from what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah,
for the most part.
First game in.
I just
Go
saw
ahead.
something interesting. I'm watching on MSG. I'm sure you guys watching on the St. Louis feed. St.
Yeah.
Louis has the worst goal differential in the NHL. That's what they said,
Yeah.
minus 34.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, they
But
do.
you guys are right in the playoff hunt. That's crazy. You know?
Yeah.
You remember when the show we had with you, one of the things I talked about was how many teams were above 500, and almost at the halfway point. We were talking about this earlier in the pregame. It's right there. I mean, 7 teams are still, or only 7 teams are below 500 or below,
Yeah.
and everybody in the East is 500 and above.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So at some point, the schedule's got to even out somewhere, somehow.
We said this a couple of weeks ago, and it's still so close. I mean, the Rangers could rip off a 5-game winning streak and be in playoff position as bad as they've been, which is crazy. I don't think it'll happen, but it's crazy.
Well, basically, Doug Armstrong had a press conference or a sit down with the media, and he basically said the Blues need to go on a run. If they don't, nobody's safe.
Well, Guy, I sent it over to Justin. I sent that mock trade that had Colton Parayko and Rob Thomas going to Montreal. And Justin did not like that mock trade. It had like 4 or 5 prospects coming back to St. Louis and a first-round pick. Somebody floated it out there on Instagram or Twitter. I mean, I know, Justin, I texted that to you. You did not like that.
No, because I look at that trade, and although I don't know, I know who the names are in value, but it seemed like a plethora of guys that Montreal just wouldn't have a problem giving up for a Robert Thomas. If I'm throwing Robert Thomas to Montreal, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to you're giving up one of your bigger guys. I'm sorry,
it's got to hurt.
It's
got to hurt.
Yeah,
You gotta get like
you're not
or something. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even. I mean, maybe, but Thomas is your best player. You have to get a big name for him. I'm sorry. I know. Like there was a few names that were interesting in that thing that you sent me. Like Caden Gooley. I felt like it was a plethora of guys that were expendable for the Montreal Canadiens. Like they're still decent players, young players, but they're just not guys that are going to live up to the Robert Thomas-esque level that I think that Robert Thomas is.
I did some odd I did a TikTok today about Stanley Cup odds right now. Rangers are sitting at plus 4,000, believe it or not, which is crazy. St. Louis is at plus 10,000. I mean, team like Islanders are right in it. They're plus 8,000. It's crazy. Like teams that are not even in the playoffs, so that they have better Stanley Cup odds, whatnot. Everyone's right in there.
I would at plus 10,000. I'd put I'd be willing to lose $100 on the Blues, right?
Well, you don't know what's crazy? San Jose, who's in playoff position right now, is plus 50,000, and they're in playoff position.
Well,
I'm not saying they're gonna win it.
We talked about it before you came on. The NHL is coming back to normalcy. Like the San Jose Sharks are playing gutsy. They're pulling out some wins. That type of stuff is not going to continue to happen. You see Chicago's trending downwards. I think.
They lost Bedard. That's tough.
Well, yeah, and that's a whole different discussion for a different day. With the whole situation that happened there. Because it wasn't a dirty play. It was just a
no, not even a little bit. As an impartial fan, it wasn't even close to dirt. It's the last second of the game. Everyone's gonna go hard on it. You know what I mean?
People were calling for Shin. People were calling for his freaking life. Like, Jesus Christ, are you serious? Like, get a life, man. Seriously.
No, the only dirty player I see out there right now is Rantanen. Rantanen's running guys left and right. He's caused about 4 injuries this year, which is pretty crazy.
Well, did you see? You probably did see it. I'm sure you did. The cheap shot that Logan Stanley took in the last game, absolutely boneheaded play by him to do that against a 5'11" Pius Suter when he's like 6'7", and he has his back towards him.
Yeah,
definitely a cheap shot.
A lot of cheap shots going on in the league right now, Justin. You know that. You
Yeah.
know that as well as I do. You know what I mean? It's interesting to see though. I mean, we got Shurkin and Net here tonight. I mean, listen, I think St. Louis should win this game. To be 100% honest with you, if I'm a Blues fan, and I lose to the Rangers right now. I'd be awfully disappointed. And this is big for the Blues after beating Winnipeg 1-0 last night. Um, I think it's a big momentum game for them. Chicago's trending down. The Central. I mean, you're really competing with Utah, really, right for that fourth spot because Central's tough, especially with Quinn Hughes going to Minnesota. Obviously, Colorado's good. Dallas is still good. So you want to try to get that fourth spot. There's no reason why St. Louis can't get there. It's just putting that
Mhm.
team together, Big win.
CJ, in the chat, I don't know if we pulled up your comment, but how you doing, man? I don't know if we pulled up his comment. I saw it
Oh,
in there. He said, "What's up, fellas?" So,
Oh,
how
okay.
you doing, bud?
yep. There we go.
Did
Sorry, man. We had a Lips. We had a producer from 101 ESPN. The affiliate in St. Louis, and she was talking about during a game having to pay attention to like 5 different voices and things, and that's what I have to do during this. So sometimes I'm gonna miss something. I miss something he says. I miss something on the game. I miss a comment, or I miss an update. So forgive me.
Yeah. I
Um,
got like 4 screens too. And one of them's a baby monitor too, so you gotta like watch the
yeah,
kids and whatnot like that.
yeah. So forgive me if I missed something here and there. I apologize.
I mean, it wasn't missed. I can't pull it up. So,
Yeah.
So
Right.
let me
Once
let me
once we
let
get
me ask you guys an opinion on this. Okay, I'm very
shoot.
curious about this. So earlier this week when we played Anaheim, right? Mika Zibanejad got scratched. I don't know if you guys heard about this, right? So Mika Zibanejad, obviously one of the Rangers' best forwards, got scratched. Okay, the reason he got scratched was because he was late for a meeting. Okay, so just imagine if any St. Louis Blues top 6 forward is late for a meeting. Now, over here in New York, we had snow, Christmas time, bad weather conditions, and there was an accident in front of Mika Zibanejad that caused him to be late. Would you approve of Jim Montgomery scratching a top 6 forward when you're in the middle of a playoff hunt for being late to a meeting, like a 15-year veteran, because of an accident that he had no control over somebody in front of him? Because I'm got a very mixed opinions on the Ranger fan base. Very curious just for you guys on that.
I'll let Justin go first on that one.
well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't hear if you covered this or not, but I'm assuming by the way that you're talking about it, I would assume that you don't agree with the scratch.
Yeah.
um, I don't either per se. I mean, I could understand if he's not performing up to standards, but I mean to bench somebody on this consensus of missing a meeting when
Not
if you
even
have
missing late. Not missing late. Whether it's
okay
20, 30
late.
minutes, I don't know how late. Yeah.
Okay, so late. So he still ends up going. So I mean that would even more further say like why would he get scratched for something like that? It would be more so his play if he's not living up to
Yeah.
standards and they need him to come out. But like yeah, I would say no. I would say that I don't agree with scratching a guy like that. Especially I'm a big Zibanejad guy, so I like Zibanejad. So
Yeah.
I'm not scratching that guy generally, anyways. And then when I look at the Rangers roster, I'm not incredibly impressed with it.
Neither am
From an
I.
outsider standard looking in. So when Zibanejad's out of it, it's not very appealing to me to begin with.
Yeah. I
Um,
agree. What about you, guy? What do you think on that? What do you think? What's your take on that?
can I tell a little anecdote story before I
Yeah,
give
of
my take?
course. It's your
Right.
show. I mean, don't ask me.
So when I was in the Navy, going to my first ship. Um,
Military guy. I should have known the wrong person to ask.
let me.
I
So
got you.
going to my first ship. Um, this is the incredible. Me and another guy left the Great Lakes, Illinois, the same day, going to the same ship, and supposed to arrive on the same day. He got orders going directly to Norfolk. I got an addendum to my orders sending me to Puerto Rico. Roosevelt Roads in Puerto Rico. Well, that's what I did. Got on the plane, followed that, got to Puerto Rico. Ship wasn't there. Ship was still in Norfolk. Was never supposed to be in Puerto Rico. Don't know who screwed this up. Took me an extra day to get to the ship. I got there that Sunday night, late, nothing to eat, brand new, been in the Navy just over a year, going to my first ship, don't know what to expect. Get there, and the first thing that happens to me, I get taken down to CCS. The chief comes out and tears me a new one in front of everybody. Wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong, but that was my welcome to the Navy, right? I like the move because it says to everyone, you need to pay attention to details. If you knew we were having bad weather, leave earlier. If you knew, I like the move. I think it sets the tone that if I can bench you, I can bench anybody. And I like that, especially when a team's having a rough season, right? Goes back to the Cairo benching, right? And it was straight up said the Cairo benching wasn't because of Cairo. It was a message to the team. That's what this was, a message to the team to pay attention to detail. So I like the move, and I hope my anecdote slash analysis makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I got to get you guys Chris Kosopoulos. He's my partner on the Instigators. He's a former NHL player. He's the same thing. He's a 8-10 year vet in the NHL. Said the same thing as you. He never missed a meeting. You leave early and whatnot like that. And I get all that. I'm just going off of a one-time thing, bad weather. Things happen. I get it. I got young kids. I understand what it's like. Zavinajad and I are like the same age. I get it. So that's how I felt. And he was sorely missed in that game. They might win that game with him.
Well, here's the thing, and I go with this. In my day and age, when this happened to me, I couldn't contact anybody, right? The phone system and all that, what it was, I couldn't contact. In this day and age, you are always in contact with someone.
Right.
So him being late for that meeting makes me feel like he didn't, the fact that they're punishing for it, that he didn't get on the phone. He didn't send a text. He didn't, hands free it. Hey, this is Mike. There's an accident in front of me. I'm going to be late. Can you let coach know? Can you let somebody know? It feels like if he does something like that, okay, I get it. It feels like maybe that didn't happen. Otherwise, to me, I don't know, but that's what I feel like. Something like that didn't happen.
I get it. Listen, I'm just, this team is so dysfunctional as it is. It's crazy. And I just saw a report today that Trocheck, the Minnesota Wild aren't done. They're kicking the tires on Vincent Trocheck. They like him a lot, and they want to add him to the top six. They need some center depth, and I don't know how viable that is, but that's the one guy that's on a decent contract for the Rangers. I wouldn't want to give up. I like his game a lot, but Minnesota's already good. That'd be. I think if they got Vincent Trocheck, they'd be right neck and neck with Colorado, to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, I think that would be Minnesota is I like what Minnesota's going for broke, the 442nd go for broke, and that's what it feels like they're doing. They said, we see an opportunity, let's take it.
Yeah.
Right. And I had seen something on X, and I forget who posted or whatever, back in before the season, I want to say September or August, somebody posted that trade almost to a T.
Yes, I did see that.
You know what I'm talking about? I mean, to nail that trade like that far in advance, that's pretty good. And you sit there and wonder, did somebody on Minnesota go see that tweet? Well, you know what? I wonder if we could make this happen.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Minnesota for me. I'm kind of looking at Minnesota, and I'm kind of surprised that it took them as long as it did. You know, after they got rid of all the contracts and got rid of all the massive amounts of money that they were paying guys that weren't even playing for them anymore. That I thought that they would be a little bit more aggressive sooner. So I like that they're finally being aggressive and like I said, not playing in Sesame Street safe and trying to make their team better. I mean, if you're Minnesota, you can't have a lose-lose situation here because you have a team that has been in the playoffs 9 of the last 10 years and have
Yep.
only made it out of the first round once, I
Mhm.
believe. So I mean, what can you lose? And on the flip side, if you're Vancouver, you're in a sea of nothingness, I believe. So why not get rid of your guy, get a haul back for him? You got some good players in there. Z Bulliam, I think, is going to be a great defenseman. I don't know if he's going to be Quinn Hughes good, but Z Bulliam is going to be very good for them. So both teams have nothing to lose in that trade.
Yeah, and I think it was big for Minnesota too that when you get somebody on the trade deadline, it's closer to about 25 games left in the season. They got this move with 50 games left, and do you really think that the package would have been much different closer to the trade deadline than now? So I mean, you make this move, you get Quinn Hughes for an extra 25 games, you have him for next season too at under $8 million cap hit with the cap going up. I mean,
Well,
listen, him with Faber is scary. What would you rank Hughes and Faber as a defense pair? It's got to be top three, no? I mean, only
I
maybe
mean, it's a
McCarr and Taves is better. I don't know.
Well, and I mean, and Taves and McCarr, yeah, they're a great pairing, but McCarr is the guy that's the centerpiece. When I think of two young, great defensemen, yeah, I mean Faber and Hughes right there have to
Well,
be up there because Faber's. I mean, not to discredit Taves because he is a good defenseman. He's more of the defensive, I think,
that's Team Canada's first
responsibility.
pair.
Yeah, no, well, and like I said, I think it is a great defensive pair. Taves is a guy who is the more defensive,
Right.
responsible. I think back there for that pairing,
Yes.
which works because McCarr, I think, I said it numerous times. I haven't got as much slack for it, but McCarr is an offensive guy. He's not really all that great on the defensive side. I think he could be a lot better on the defensive side, if I'm completely honest. But Faber, he proved that he's going to be very, very good for years to come. And Quinn Hughes, I mean, he's one of the best defensemen in the league. So
Yeah.
it's
I
definitely
mean,
up there for one of the better pairing. And the reason I said that it's kind of a not a lose-lose for either team is because I view Vancouver and say that they don't get rid of Quinn Hughes, right? Say they keep Quinn Hughes and they just say, okay, we're going to ride with Quinn Hughes. That doesn't really benefit them because one guy is not going to get you out of poverty. One guy is not going to do it. You're going to need a supporting cast. You're going to need players around those guys. So what Vancouver does was get rid of their best player and got some assets for him. So I like it for both sides.
he's really, yeah. I mean, listen, that guy Zeev Boyum, he's really, really good. He's already showing for Vancouver right now. Liam Ogren, I didn't think much of him, but he scored a goal against the Rangers the other night. Marco Rossi's a 60-point guy, and they got a first-round pick. So Vancouver did well for themselves, and they still got a lot of guys that they're going to ship out. I mean, Shearwood's going to go. Yeah, you might look at Connor Garland might go. They might even trade Demko. I mean, Demko would get a nice return. I mean, if the Oilers were going to go after somebody, Demko would have been the guy. But I mean, and the Oilers in Vancouver have traded in history. I don't know, recent history. They traded for Evander Kane. I mean, I don't think Jari is much of an improvement for Edmonton, but you
No, I
know,
don't need. Well, man, I think about it like this, and we were talking about Jordan Bennington. Man, I wouldn't even lie to you. I would. I know it wouldn't happen because Jordan Bennington would not go to Vancouver. But man, oh man, I would. If I was in charge and I was doing this to where it could be a possibility, I wouldn't mind seeing Demko sport the blue and yellow. If I'm completely honest,
Oh,
I
I
think
don't know
Demko is a
about
great
that.
goalie.
I don't
I think
know
he's a
about
great
that.
goalie. Well, then who
I
would you
mean,
want? You said Tristan Jarry. You think Tristan Jarry for Jordan Bennington is
oh,
the
wait a minute.
guy that you think?
But you're saying that you would trade Demko for Bennington?
I would try if you're trading Jordan Bennington, I would assume you're getting at least another goalie in that deal. So where that comes, I don't know. Like I said, it's not going to happen because Jordan Bennington is not going to want to go to Vancouver. I don't think he will. Vancouver's not, I don't think, anywhere near winning a cup. So Bennington's going to obviously want to go to a team that's going to win a cup. But if you're asking me who would I rather want Tristan Jarry or would I rather want Thatcher Demko? I'm taking Thatcher Demko. So that's just my opinion. But
Okay,
I don't disagree.
I mean, if it's Jari over Demko, yeah, I'm going with Demko. But I'm asking myself, do I really want Demko? You know, if I'm trading Bennington, yeah, you're right. I want a goalie in return, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm missing something, and that's fine if I am. I don't know. Demko doesn't excite me. He doesn't. I still look at Bennington, and I know Bennington is, to me, he is. CJ Masso says he's underrated, and he may be, but I think Bennington is underrated. I think
he's very underrated.
Bennington is one of those few goalies out there. He's Grant Fuhr in a way, right? Grant Fuhr's numbers, you look at him and you go, Grant Fuhr was a Hall of Fame goaltender. He made the stops you weren't supposed to make when you needed to make them. And Bennington is that guy. And I think that, especially when it comes to the playoffs, that's the guy you need. The guy that can make that, you know, you're down, you're up 5-4 with a minute to play, 6-on-4. You need that guy to make those stops. And to me, Bennington's that guy. And I don't know if Demko is.
Well, for me, first off, the reason that it would be that for me for me, you're not trading. First of all, you're not getting Jordan Bennington for Jake Ottinger. You're not getting Jordan Bennington for who's another great. You're not getting him for Colin Hellebuck. You're not getting another star-studded goalie. You're going to get a guy because your end goal needs to be Hofer is your guy. And Thatcher Demko, I don't know how old he is. I don't think he is as old as I would guess he is. I don't know, Matt. Do you know Thatcher Demko's age by chance? Or
I'll look it up for you.
But you're looking for a guy that is going to be a serviceable guy back there. And if I'm looking at it from a perspective that you want Hofer to be your number one eventually, and you want a guy that
just turned 30. Literally turned 30 last week.
Okay, so that's that's not even that old. So I mean, he's old. He's younger than Bennington. I think he's very underrated. But like I said, this is all hypothetical because Bennington's not going to go to Vancouver. Vancouver is too far away of having a chance, I think, to be a cup contender, in my opinion. Yeah, they got some good players, but it's going to take them a few years to get everything going because you still have guys like Elias Pettersson, who hasn't played very good this year. So
played better than last year.
But I mean, last year, I mean, I'd hope you play. But I mean, just like I'm looking at the Rangers, and they were abysmal last year. I would hope that they're better than what they were.
They have not.
Well, so, there's another reason that this trade wouldn't happen either. Even if Bennington would go to Vancouver, Armstrong's not even picking up the phone on this one because Demko has a no movement clause, full no movement clause for 3 years, and he will not touch those.
No.
Right. And I'm guessing that Steen isn't going to touch him either.
No.
Right.
And like I said, it's a hyperbole. But like I said, you brought in a idea that earlier that like, oh, is Edmonton really very close try by Bush. You brought up the chance about, oh, is Edmonton really out of the picture? And I don't. I'm looking at it. Just
Yeah, that's a
He froze for a second.
but just for you, for our Blues fans over here, this is a stereotypical Ranger game where the Rangers are out shooting you, and St. Louis will probably find a way to score a goal, and the Rangers will get more shots on goal than the other team, but they'll end up losing this game because they'll let up a high quality chance. That's usually a stereotypical Ranger fit game for you guys.
yeah. But
Go ahead, Justin.
no. I was just saying that you brought up the factor of, is Edmonton off the table? But like I said, I don't think Tristan Jarry interests me. That I want Hofer to be the number one. Sorry, St. Louis gets a goal, baby, and it looks like it's Berggren's first as a St. Louis Blue.
Berggren's first is the Blue.
What did I just say? What did I just say?
Thinking about that. Here's the thing. As you said it, I got alert.
No, but honestly, what did I just say?
I got the alert on Twitter as you were talking. It happened.
Really? That's how good I am?
Ew, what a okay. I'm sorry, but first of all, that's a good shot by Berggren, though.
That's a hell of a shot.
That's a hell of a shot right there for Berggren.
That's a bad goal. You got to cover the near post on that, though. You can't give him any room up there.
I agree.
It's a beautiful shot.
I agree. I agree. He definitely gave him a lot more room than he should have, but just a very good. It wasn't even a hard shot. It was like a chip shot. Yeah. He did it perfectly.
You gotta put your head on the post. But guys, listen, this is what I just said. Come on, I literally said this. It's a stereotypical game. The Rangers are out shooting you, and the Blues will find a way to score here. And what happened? What happened?
They did.
And Lips, I want to say this because the Rangers have looked good in this game. They've come out and they've got some shots. They have got a few decent chances, but I will say that me and Guy talk about this a lot. Shots are great. Shots are fine and dandy. It's the quality of shots.
Right.
So the Rangers have had a lot of shots. A lot of them have been from, the outside, just kind of throwing them on.
Out of the 10 shots, I think they've had 3 scoring opportunities.
Yeah. Listen, like I said, this is a game that St. Louis should win. I said that going in. And honestly, I hope the Rangers crash and burn so hard so that Chris Drury gets fired. That's the best. That's the best thing for this team. People don't realize it, but that's the best thing for this Ranger team. They need to really get down bad and rebuild it back up. You look at St. Louis. If you guys miss the playoffs, you got some young guys. You don't have too many over 30 guys locked up till 2030 like the Rangers do. Yeah. They have so many over 30 guys that are locked up to big money and this and that. And there's no free agents to even sign. So, it's just how it is, guys.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks about is we don't get you again this season. Right? Yeah. I'm going to have to figure out how to bring you back on the show for one of these games because it's.
You can bring me on the show for whatever. We can talk Olympics or whatever, guys. Not anything.
I'm enjoying having you on the show for the game.
Anytime. I'll read up on my Blues. Justin's become like my best hockey friend right over here, guys.
Right? No, it's been fun. I really enjoyed it.
No, listen. I'm going to check back in with you guys post game or maybe later in the game if something happens. So I appreciate you guys having me on, but I'm going to go cry in a corner because the Rangers are just awful. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
No problem, man. We'll see you later, bud.
Yep.
What fun, man. That was a lot of fun. That was a fun period. Right?
Yeah.
The Blues are up 1-0 after being outshot 10-5. Solid period for both teams. I think I'm not as down on the Blues. They've only taken 5 shots. I think that they did get some decent zone time. Rangers ended up having 18 attempts. The Blues had 12 attempts. 12 hits for the Rangers, 6 for the Blues. 5 giveaways to 3 for the Rangers. Blues had 2 takeaways, the Rangers none. Rangers blocked 4 shots, Blues blocked 1. Face off, Blues win that 53% to 47%, 9-8. No penalties that period, and 1 goal. Berggren gets his first as a Blue, his 3rd of the season. Dvorsky gets his 2nd assist, and that's where a guy gets rewarded, man. He was play. He helped keep the puck in the zone. He did some board work there. Dvorsky stayed with him. That was a solid, like, you worked hard for it. Here's your reward.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing there's one key thing that I'm seeing from this team here, in this game and in the last game especially. And I'm going to ask you before I tell you, what do you think that is? What do you think that I'm seeing from this team that I think is the huge benefactor of why we're seeing this team playing well right now?
I'm not. I'm almost going to say the play of Hofer has given this team confidence, and because of that, they're. I mean, looking at this first period, I see that I don't want to say distrust in Bennington, but I'm seeing better defensive coverage around Bennington, and I think it's paying off. And it led to hard work that led to a goal. Am I off?
Okay. I mean, like I said, there's no wrong answer. It's your opinion. The thing that I'm thinking of is actually on the defensive side. The one key thing that's making this team look very good right now is the transition game. They've got the puck in the defensive zone, and they're not making turnovers. They're not taking forever to clear the puck. They're getting tape-to-tape passes, and they're flying from the defensive zone to the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Every zone feels connected right now. That's the big key for the Blues right now.
Yeah, on that goal, I saw Bergen work for it. Him and Dvorsky work for it. And that's what we haven't seen from the Blues a lot. So that new blood, if it's going to pay off, let it pay off. I did see, could Bergs stay on the 3rd line when we get healthy? I could see him staying on the 3rd line, to be honest with you.
Berggren should be a guy that, he's playing well right now, so hopefully he continues to keep that up. Berggren's a guy that should be in your rotation of guys. He's a guy that's shown that he is a blue-collar guy. He's shown that he's kind of a sneaky, speedy guy. He's a creative guy out there. He definitely should be a guy in the rotation for the Blues. When you're not playing when you're not playing a Sundqvist, he's not a center, but when you're taking out and rotating guys, you're going to have guys that sit, and Berggren's a guy that can definitely be a guy that can maybe sit a game or two, have someone else come in. Berggren could be a great option, for games that they need him.
Yeah, they're showing us here how they helped keep it in the zone, how Berggren kept keep it in the zone, getting in there, Dvorsky with his stick, and that was good solid play there. All the way around.
The working play, yes, they worked hard for that goal. But like I said, the big thing for me is not seeing those defensive breakdowns. You're seeing a team that's in the defensive zone, and what's making this team be able to find some offense and some offensive chances 5-on-5 is the ability of the defensemen, the Philip Brobergs, the Colin Paraycos, Justin Falks, even Tyler Tucker, being able to win battles, not have the other team win the puck, not just clearing the puck willy-nilly and then letting the Rangers pick it off. They're going quick and simple out of the zone. And they're creating guys and giving guys speed through the neutral zone, which is forcing them in the offensive zone to give them chances to work and get that goal like you saw in the first period.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I see what you're saying. I got you, bud. There's Mr. Berggren on the tube now. He's a young guy, too. He's only like 21 or 22, right? I think it's an RFA.
I don't know how old he's. No, I think he's. I don't know. I think he's older than that. I think I could be wrong.
I'll look it up here real quick. Give me a
But
moment of moments.
Berggren, yeah, Berggren's a guy. 25. Okay, so yeah, he's still very young. I mean, he's a guy that the Red Wings fans didn't want to lose.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of people saying that they kind of fumbled it. I saw some obviously of the fans were like, oh well, it's not going to matter because he wasn't very good anyways. But from what I've seen from the two games here, he seems like he's a workhorse. So maybe he fits, like you said. Maybe he needed that new change of scenery. Maybe him playing with a blue collar team in St. Louis is going to do him some good.
Yeah. He's an RFA next year, and he's got 2 more years till he's a UFA, 28, 29. So you have a chance of signing him in the offseason to a bridge deal. But it does add a third RFA that you've got to sign, not, fourth RFA actually now that you've got to sign. I'm not really counting Kessel in that, but you've got Logan Mailloux, Philip Boberg, Holloway, and now Berggren. So it does change things, but you're gonna have some money. Right now, the guys that, if you're gonna ask me, is we get healthy, like when Kyrou comes back, who goes down? My guess is Luff, right?
Well, Love will go down. I said this before. The guy wasn't here when I said it. I love Stenberg. I think Stenberg is going to be ready here in a couple of years. But when the Blues get healthy and you start to see most of the roster guys come back, Otto Stenberg is a guy that could be sent back down to the AHL. And that's not to depict his play, but I don't think this is going to be his shining moment to be like, oh, you got called up. He's going to be a stay guy like Dvorsky is. I think Dvorsky is going to stay, and a guy like Stenberg is going to go back down, and maybe next year will be the time we see him possibly get a roster spot.
Yeah, he's waivers exempt, so we can send him down without losing him. Right? Him and Dvorsky are both waivers exempt, so we could send both of them down. And Mailloux is waivers exempt. So we don't see Dvorsky or Mailloux going down. I'm just saying that they are options because they're waiver exempt. Right?
Well, and it throws a wrench in the – well, and Fabry, he signed that – so Fabry could go down, I believe, right? So, you have guys like that. It's going to make it difficult because it's good that you have options, but it's going to make it challenging if these guys that the Blues have picked up, the Berggrens, the Otto Stenbergs who's got called, it's going to make it hard for the Blues to make a decision when they have to send down guys when they get the boys get healthy. Because if Berggren comes, say a guy like Berggren comes in, plays very well, you can't kick him out of the lineup, right? So, you're going to have to find allocations, and that's why I believe, in my opinion, that is this Oscar Sundqvist's last year? Is this his last year of his contract?
Yes.
Okay. Me personally, I think Sundqvist probably is going to be let go after this year. I don't necessarily think I see Sundqvist coming back for the Blues. I mean, they could do it, but like I said, I think with these guys, these younger guys coming up and panning out for the Blues, I just eventually just don't see a roster spot for Sundqvist.
Yeah, he's 31. I see him getting traded. I see him getting traded if guys come back and they have a decision. I see him getting traded. I could see him getting traded for future considerations, to be honest with you. Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I just was saying because I like Sundqvist. Sundqvist is good for the locker room. He's just not the player that he used to be. In 2019, but and that happens. But I just think with, like I said, the Otto Stenbergs, the Dvorskys coming up, Carbonneau eventually. This team is going to be so littered with young guys that Sundqvist is not going to be able to earn a spot here.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm on board, Justin. I'm on board, my friend. Good solid period will be coming up on the second here very shortly. The second has been the Achilles heel. Last game, the Blues probably had one of their best second periods in a very long time. Can they do that again? That's the question, Justin.
I think they can. I mean, like I said, with what we're seeing right now, it's still, like I said, it's early sample size. We see this. We've seen this season. The Blues will play 2 good games, and then they'll lay an egg. They'll play 3 good games, lay an egg. So it seems like the Blues, they still find that consistency. Let's hope that a win in Winnipeg, or a win against Winnipeg, a shutout win for that matter, is a turning point for them. I mean, we said that a lot this season, like where the Blues get a win and we say, oh, well, hopefully it's a turning point. Hopefully this is a turning point. The Blues got to have that
Where's the
turning point.
catalyst? Yeah, where's the catalyst? Out of town scoreboard. Sorry,
Okay, yeah, I
you
was
have something
just
else to say?
no, I was just about to give you the out of town scoreboard. So I
Out
mean,
of
if you
town
want to do it,
scoreboard. The Edmonton Oilers are up 2-1 on the Boston Bruins at the end of 2. Also at the end of 2, the Blackhawks and Canadiens are tied at 1. The Senators are up 3-0 with the Penguins, and the Kings are up 2-1 on the Lightning. Both of those games are also at the end of 2. With 19 at the very beginning of the third, the Caps are up 2-0 on the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs are another team having a difficult season. At the end of 2, Blue Jackets and Wild are tied at 2. Deuces Wild are in Columbus. Flyers are up 2-1 with 7:53 to go in the second. And a little bit later tonight, the Kraken will take on the Flames, and the Stars will take on the Sharks. Did I cover it all?
yeah, I think so.
Did.
The Toronto Maple Leafs, yeah, they're having a tough year. I mean, and their team over 500. I mean, like we talked about, but they're a team that since currently third to last in their division, the Atlantic Division. So, I mean, you look at the Atlantic Division and you're just thinking to yourself, like, man, I knew Toronto was going to have a rough year. I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but most people underestimated how much Mitch Marner did for the Maple Leafs. He was a 100-point guy. You can't just replace a 100-point guy just like that overnight.
Yeah.
Especially what you got. Yeah, you got something in return, but what you got in return was not Mitch Marner-esque. I mean, like you said, you lost a 100-point guy.
Yeah.
That's big. But yeah, I mean, as for your leading divisions, I mean, the Atlantic Division's led by the Detroit Red Wings. Carolina Hurricanes lead the Metro. That's no surprise there, in my opinion. Avalanche obviously lead the Central, and the Golden Knights took over the Pacific Division. They're currently tied with the Ducks, but I guess they have the tiebreaker, so they're ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, everything is going to normal out eventually here, and we're starting to see it. We're starting to see the Chicagos. We're starting to see the Seattles. We're starting to see the Blackhawks. The Sharks are going to come down back to earth eventually. Anaheim, they're still playing good. They got a new coach at Quinville. New coach's bump. They're going to go down eventually. Yeah, they're still playing good hockey, but they're still the thing that benefits the Anaheim Ducks is they play in such a weak division.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I agree.
That's what benefits them. You have a team like the Boston Bruins, who I didn't have expected to be high. I don't think anybody expected the Boston Bruins to be in second place in the Atlantic Division. I mean,
oh yeah,
I had them down. I mean, I have Tampa Bay winning the Atlantic, and they're currently sitting in third. So I mean, not terrible, but not too bad. The Canadians, they're sitting in fifth place. Like, it's crazy. You have the Islanders, you have the Flyers up there in top 3 in the other division. Just crazy to think about.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. All right, I gotta take a moment. I gotta take some aspirin, man. My headache's coming back pretty strong. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay. Yeah, let's go Habs. Yeah, no, yeah, Chris, I know what you're saying. I could see that. I think the shot by Bergen was just a great shot. I think, first of all, I don't think Shesterkin was in the greatest position. I mean, I like I said, I'm not a goalie. There was quite a bit of room up there. I do think he probably could have held it a little closer, but where he put that puck, I mean, Bergen, absolutely great shot. I mean, despite where he was, that's still a hard shot by by any player to hit it from that angle and go like bar down like he did. So that's just a great shot, and I can see both sides on how some may say, oh, that's kind of a weak one. He probably should have been a little closer to the post, and I can see how some are like, oh, he probably doesn't save it even if he is close. So I can see both sides, but the Blues are about to come back for the second period, but like we said, the Blues' Achilles heel has been the second period. So let's see if the Blues can continue that momentum, because here for the 4 periods that we've seen so far on this back-to-back, they've been good. I think that they have some very positive stuff to build off of. Otto Stenberg and Berggren are a breath of fresh air right now for the Blues. In the small sample size that we've seen so far. Guys, a headache. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, they're showing the Berggren goal again. Yeah, that's just a world class shot for sure. But yeah, Chris, good comment. Guy's a headache. That's a good one. Let's see, John Hefner. It looks good. Don't fuck up the second period. Yeah, don't F it up. That's for sure. Don't screw it up. The Blues need to take this momentum and run with it. So Blues are in the zone.
Thank you, Shockey. I love you, buddy.
And very, very close chance already for the St. Louis Blues. Almost picking up that rebound.
Justin, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Blues getting that cycle game going here early in the second period. Nice to see.
Love you, Shockey.
And I think it goes to show. I think it kind of goes to show how a guy like Torchenko has come back. He's come back after his burns, and he's playing top line minutes. I mean, that's a guy in your top line. I mean, that's a guy that's usually on your fourth line, playing top line minutes for the Blues right now with Robert Thomas. It's crazy to think about that you have Torchenko playing with Robert Thomas and Bush.
I was thinking about that, and I'll keep my comment to myself at the moment. The reason is it's not you. It's there before, long before you. There was a guy that used to be on come on the show and comment all the time, and he called me out, blocked me or whatever, kicked me out of a group. But I had said at one point that Torchenko reminds me a little bit of Tarasenko, and he used that against me. And he's not as offensive as Tarasenko was, but he does have that sneaky speed. He does have a good shot. He doesn't use it as much, but he has it. So oh wow, that was right there. And I don't have a problem with Torchenko being on that top line. Maybe I'm an idiot, but
no, I don't have a problem with it. I just thought, it was an interesting strategy. You had Robbie, because it was weird. They came back, they run with the Neighbors, and then Neighbors got. Oh, speaking of. That's an interesting play. That should. If I'm honest, right here, I didn't see the initial penalty. The initial penalty was on St. Louis, but honestly, that probably should be even out, if I'm honest. Because
oh man, Neighbors,
what's his name?
Neighbors good looking out for somebody got cross-checked. I forget who it was, and Neighbors was right there instantly.
I think it was I think it was Stenberg. They got crushed. That should be evened up. Yeah, that was Stenberg. I mean, he was on his knee. I mean, it wasn't a hard cross check, but that should even up the penalties.
I thought it was Shen that got cross-checked.
No, it was Stenberg.
It was Stenberg. Sorry, I just see the eye. Oh yeah, while he was on his knees. Yeah. Neighbors instantly.
Okay, so the Blues are getting a power play. Out of this. Okay, yes. Oh no, I thought so the original call was a trip. That was weird. Okay. So yeah, the original call was a trip, and then the roughing at the end there. Like I said, good on Neighbors sticking up for the young kid in Stenberg. But yeah, this
tripping Shen, but I think Shen actually tripped Perot. I'll take this one.
Yeah, I was confused on what the initial penalty was, but I guess it was. I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't look at it all that in depth.
You had said that you thought Shen was getting a penalty for the trip, that they didn't call it, but I guess they did call it, but they called it on Perot, and then Borgen should have gotten an extra penalty with the cross check. This should actually be 5-on-3.
No, I was talking about. I didn't say Shin. I said I thought the Blues were getting the original penalty. I didn't say Shin because I didn't see the initial call, and then I saw the cross check, and I'm like, oh, thinking that it was a Blues penalty that was called, but it wasn't. So, but still, Blues go on the power play. Hopefully, this will be huge if they can capitalize. The Blues have come out very good in this second period so far.
Yeah. Hefner asked, why are you not doing the power play? Hefner, you're lucky I'm even on the show today. You're lucky we're even doing a show. I'm not feeling that great. I'm feeling better than I was yesterday, but, just give me a break, bud. Shockey says Shin was hauled down first. Maybe I saw the replay, and the replay it looked like the other way around, but I did see the play, and I originally thought that Shen was going to get the trip. Oh, nice little pass. A little too much mustard. It was a nice pass. It just had too much mustard on it.
Good keep by Fowler there. Blues getting some good movement.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe just a second earlier, he would have had that to Dvorsky.
Very good try there. Good movement for the Blues on the power play, though.
Yeah, really good. Hey, thank you for covering for me yesterday. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
Jason had said earlier that, he said you're good at comments, and he thought that we should take turns back and forth during the periods. Problem is you can only have one producer, and because I've been doing this so long and I have the board and thing, it's, that's why I do the comments, because sometimes when Ashley was here, there were times she would put comments on, and I wasn't ready for that comment, and it would force things. So you can only have one producer. I had to tell her, hey, don't put comments up. Let me handle that. So that's why we do the comments the way we do them. I'll tell you what, I want to bring Jordan back sometime in January. I think I'd like to talk to her about coming back in January or during the Olympic break. I'd really like to get her back on. What do you think about that, bud? He got a goal, Dr. Detroit. I'm so why are they wearing the whites tonight? Is that because the Rangers are blue?
I don't necessarily know. Usually for me, I don't know. Usually it's a malfunction. I feel like every time you see this, sometimes it's like a thing where you have the home team wearing their aways for some reason. Like usually it's a special jersey. I don't really understand it because the Rangers aren't wearing their specialty jerseys, or maybe they are because these aren't these are the thirds now, right? They changed,
Think so.
or are these the actual homes? Because I think they have the continual jerseys this year, right? So
I'm not sure, to be honest, on the jerseys.
I think it is. I think they're wearing their third jerseys tonight. So that's why. So Rangers on the power play here for tripping.
Erickson, you're probably in the minority on this one. He says, I like the whites at home. Our whites are so much better than our current homes. I miss when our third jersey was at home, was the home.
That's yeah,
that's a minority opinion.
That's I think that's what is it, NCAA football kind of thing right there, where the whites are your homes.
Well, in the NHL, you used to wear the whites at home and the dark.
Yeah, no.
And there's a lot of people that wish they would go back to that. I actually like the darker, the colored jerseys at home. I do like that because it's white jersey night. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I like the white jersey. I can understand why people like. For me, I just like the fact that you have the more vibrant, darker color at home. I think it. I just don't think that they should go back to the old way of it, where you say your home.
Your eyes themselves are drawn to color, right? So when you're, that was close. Good block. Good save, Bennington. When you're at home, you want your fans' eyes on you, not on the other team. And I like this perspective of having your eyes on the home team, not the away team. Because even now, I'm looking at this power play that the Rangers are on, and my eyes are focusing on the Rangers, not the Blues. And I mean, that could be a psychological thing, or maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know, but Mike, I'm going to have to get up there with you sometime. I would love to go to like an Army college hockey game or a Navy college hockey game. I really would. Tie game. Second period woes happen. I want to see a game where both teams wear their homes. Blues and Blackhawks would be great in blue and red on the ice. They have done that before. Boy, I mean, talk about being dead on. He talked about Perreault being the guy to watch, and he gets that might get looked at.
No, it's not. It was he just threw the puck to the net. It's not a kicking motion. I think it's just deflected. Yeah.
He was sliding. Well, and when I kind of looked at it again, he was sliding away from the net. So.
Very, that's you see the skate deflection. That's a rare one. Very rarely will you see a player like that get that type of deflection at that type of speed.
Yeah.
Because usually you see the player sit on the back door. Gabe Perreault's coming in with speed, driving the net, and then he gets the deflect and just completely just in one motion. Usually it deflects and then goes completely the opposite way.
Bennington didn't have a chance. Bennington's played good so far up to this. Shots are 6-3 this period.
Yeah, with the way that puck went in, there's no way that he could have expected a deflection like that. Okay, that was a little scary. Puck got shot in from the neutral zone. It bounced off of Bennington. Bennington didn't control the rebound. It bounced right in front.
You're about 5 seconds ahead of me. I just saw it. I'm gonna try and see if I can bump up, but it looks like I'm live. No, I might have been a little behind. Now I'm live. Okay. I'm on a commercial break.
Well, yeah, I mean Chris, that was definitely. I mean, it definitely wasn't a kicking motion. That's for sure. I mean, I've seen a lot of egregious kicking motions. So.
What's the difference between that and a kick? Both intentionally directed the puck into the net. Well, actually, you're allowed to direct the puck into your net with your skate. You're allowed to do that, to turn your skate you're not allowed to kick. And the one thing that I've heard, and I've heard a referee say this, I've heard the question, what is a distinctive kicking motion? And think of a soccer kick. Right? Either, a straight on kick or a side kick, like that. Think of that. That's a distinctive kicking motion.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of a kick, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, you can that's the one thing that would be okay for me if they made a mistake on at first. Eventually when they go and replay the goal, they can fix it. But kicking motions is one where I'm like, okay, that's a human factor because the game is so fast. The puck is, coming with speed, and you're not looking at it. So, at first glance, it might be, okay, it hit off a skate. Is it a kicking motion? That's something you might have to go back and look. But shockingly enough, the NHL actually does decent with that. The referees do decent with the kicking. Usually they see that pretty well, which is pretty incredible to me that they see that minuscule of a play, but they still can't get goalie interference correct.
Yeah. Curious, what commercials do you see in Hawaii? Well, since I watch it on ESPN Plus, I see the national commercial that ESPN shows. If I watch it on center ice, I see actually the St. Louis commercials. I see those.
I won't lie.
I'm sorry, Stephen Glass just brought up a good point. He says kicking motion is very subjective. You can kick the puck with the side. If you turn your skate and you move your foot in the direction of the net, that's considered a kicking motion. Right? So there's a difference between directing the puck and forcing the puck. In that case, you can see he was doing a hockey stop and it went off. He was not intentionally trying to get he was doing the stop before.
I get what you're saying, Chris, but at the same time, it's been a thing in Asia. Like I said, the referees have done a pretty good job of doing that. But like I said, they could do that and they can get that pretty well and find that in minuscule time, but they can't find out and figure out the simplest of stuff.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, Chris. I don't have a problem with if you're doing that, you're saying it can never. The problem with that is if you say that you can't direct it in with your skate, then you can say that you can't direct it in with your body either.
Okay, so here we go. The Blues, the two teams who have not taken any penalties in the first period are all of a sudden taking penalties in the second period. That's weak. That's a weak call. Like I said, this is a thing.
Yeah. Well, I think this one should have been a 4-on-4. I think they could have called embellishment on it too.
That's weak. And that's what I'm saying. The Blues, who have been so disappointed, these two teams didn't take a penalty in the first period. Very clean game. This game has still been very clean. That should not have been called.
So Chris, if someone shoots the puck and it hits your head and goes in, that's legal. If someone hits your hand and it goes in, that's legal. But you cannot use your head to direct it in, and you can't slap it in with your hand unless it's into your own net. So that would be, to me, the same as directing it in with your skate. That's the way I look at it, bud.
Now, I may be a little bit crazy on this opinion. Now, if I was a guy, like, just thinking about it, like, honestly, if there was one thing that I was like, okay, like, they could allow kicking, fine. If they wouldn't allow kicking, I'm like, okay, whatever. Very rarely, I mean, you do see players that do try to do that kicking and stuff, but it's very rare when you get the opportunity to do something like that. My thing is the hands. So if you throw the puck in the net, obviously it's a no goal, right? And it shouldn't be it shouldn't be a goal. The hand passes, those shouldn't be allowed. I think when you're talking about your skates in your hands, it's like a different kind of aspect, because I think if you're able to do something with your skates, which you're actually playing with, like if you're able to have the ability to go down and kick the puck, I mean, it's not a very skillful play. I mean, I'd like to see players score with their sticks, of course. That's what they're there for. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm not as angry to see a kicking goal, because I'm like, okay, well, it takes some skill to kind of find the right way and the right opportunities to do that. But it's kind of how I feel about high sticking, like not the high sticking goal, but the high sticking. Like when you see a player bat the puck out of the air, I just think that that's just skill, and I understand why they do it. You're not supposed to have the stick above your shoulders, and I understand that. I understand why they do it, but for me, every time I see that, I'm like, that's just a skillful play, man. Like I like seeing a player that is able to have the hand-eye to bat it out of midair.
I'm with you. I get that. We're kind of on the same page with that one.
Mike.
I would like to see they did for a while. They kind of cracked down on embellishment, but they went away from you. Like I haven't seen a bunch of embellishment penalties this year. I don't think there's been an embellishment penalty on or against the Blues this season. And I would really like to see the NHL get back to focusing on that.
The last person, it might have been this season, but might have been last season. But the last person to take an embellishment was Sundqvist.
Yeah, that was last season.
So yeah, the Blues don't see. Then that's the one thing people have this, theory, and I know other fans just talk out their ass sometimes, but they have this theory that the Blues are a diving team. The Blues very rarely. I mean, there's a few times where you'll see it where they will throw a dive out there, but the Blues are not egregious with it. They're usually, like, we've seen some ridiculous stuff when it comes to embellishment.
Yeah,
the Blues are not up there for a team that dive a lot. They really are not.
Mike asked, does it worry you when it's 19-8 on shots halfway through the game? Not when the score is 1-1, no.
I really don't like that this team was. I just really don't like that this team didn't get a single penalty in the first period, and then all of a sudden they want to start throwing the penalties out in the second period. I mean, this has been a consistent theme now for the last 5 games now.
Yeah,
Blues have not taken any penalties.
Neither team got a penalty in the first period.
That's what I just said. I said neither team took a penalty in the first period, and then now they're calling penalties in the second period, which I've said maybe that betting has a factor to it because of the whole thing with the second period. The Blues' second period has been so bad that that's like the betting odds and stuff like that. They want to keep that up somehow. I mean, you just wonder to yourself, really. Good stick by Neighbors on that one. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Definitely a questionable icing call. Definitely
Yeah, I
shouldn't have
thought
been
it was
icing.
past the red line.
Definitely shouldn't have been icing, but, we'll just ignore that because the referees are able to make bad calls in the second period, clearly. So, again, you can complain about the shots all you want. It doesn't matter if the game is tied. I really, for me, I don't understand the infatuation with shots. I get it. You want the Blues to get more shots. The Blues were peppering the goalies for 35, 40 shots a game, and no fans were still not happy about the shots. So you can't make everybody happy.
I
The
will
Blues are
tell
a
you.
team.
I will tell you what the fascination with shots is. I absolutely know what the fascination with shots is. It's so, and maybe you remember this or you heard this. You miss on 100% of the shots you don't take.
Like I said, that's fine. Like I said, that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and act like the Blues are a team who's taking 35 shots every year. I mean, they're not a team that shoot a lot. They don't shoot. That's just been their motto for ever now. Like, at least in the recent years that I've been watching, or at least as far as I've known them, they've never been a team that shoots a lot. They always get outshot. It seemed like every game. This feels a little different to me. The Blues outshot the Winnipeg Jets in the last game. It was only by what? A 4 margin or whatever. My thing is the shots are fine, but the Blues are not allowing over 30 shots a game on a daily basis. They're allowing maybe high 20s, usually 27, I believe is what the number was, what they were allowing average-wise. That's still good to where the Blues were. Usually they average probably about 36 shots against, probably. So, for me,
I
it's not the shots for, it's the shots against. If the Blues are not allowing, if they're getting a lot of shots against, that's fine, but it all comes down to quality of shots. If you have quantity shots, great, but you have to have quality shots.
Mike says sunny January 2025 embellishment and fine 2000. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the last time. I don't know. We do. Hefner says there will be 50 to 60 shops on 50 this game. I don't think so. It might get into the low 40s, but I don't even think it'll get there. What they tell my son when he plays baseball is the umps will be the umps. It's part of the game. Same with hockey. It's part of the game. That's true. But however, I would like, again, I do think that if the NHL goes back to focusing on embellishment, you will see it because they haven't been focusing on it. Now you're seeing it. If you go back and focus on it, it goes away. You got to focus on it though. You got to, the rules there.
Okay. Okay. Now I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this play and tell me why that is not a hook. Why is that not a hook, guy?
I didn't see it. I was.
Well, you'll see it.
Oh, just now on 29.
Yeah. Why was that not a hook?
I do not know.
Exactly. So what this is telling me is if they can look at that, the Blues. The fact of the matter is the Blues are not getting rewarded in the second period when it comes to power plays. They really, really are not, and it really makes me question. The last game, the Winnipeg Jets had a bunch of chances on the power play or whatever in the second period. The Blues were getting all the penalties, and the Jets could have been called for 4 or 5 in that period, and they waited until 18 minutes into the second period to call a penalty on the Winnipeg Jets. So the fact of the matter is the Blues are not getting the power plays that they deserve. that they've earned. So, at least in the second period.
Yeah. Shockey said that was a horrible no call.
Of course it was. But like I said, this has been a general theme, and I hate to blame the refs, but if you go back and watch the second periods, go watch these teams not get called for penalties in the second period. It's not just this game. It's not just last game. It goes back. It's been a trend for a while now.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really bad. That was in open ice with the puck right at his feet. How is that not a hook?
Yeah.
Blues get a very good chance right there. Shesterkin gets a save there. Kind of puck. I don't know why they blew the whistle because it wasn't covered, but
Oh, it kind of looks like it's covered. It's not covered, but it looked like it was covered. It was under the skate.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand the whistle on that one. Not saying it's right, saying I understand it.
I understand the blown whistles. Sometimes I understand them for the most part. There is a few times where I see the one that sticks out to me was the one in game. What game was it? It was game 5, 6 maybe, where the Predators in 2017 when they played the Penguins, I believe. Or no, was it 2016? 2016, 2017 when the Predators were in the final against Pittsburgh. And
no, that was 2017.
2017. Okay, whatever. You get my point. The Predators would have scored, and they did score, but they blew a whistle, and the puck was in the blue paint. Clearly not covered, and they blew the whistle too early. Very rarely do you see that, so I do understand the whole like chaos in front of the net, not seeing the puck kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see here. Go be a ref. See how hard it is. Steve, you don't have to tell me to go be a ref, man. I see it with my own eyes. I'm legally blind, and I can referee better than these referees can. Because you know what? For me, like I said, I'm getting back to this whole betting factor. There's no way in my mind that I think the NHL is not having any betting factor. That's why I think that we're seeing the stuff that we're seeing. We're seeing the inconsistency. There is no way. Okay, I get it. You make mistakes. You show up for your job. You want to impress your boss. You want to do good things for your boss. You're not going to be perfect all the time, right? With anything you do in your daily life. There is no way that you do a job and you are this bad at it. There is no way. I am sorry. You can make mistakes. You can learn from your mistakes, but once you do something wrong at your actual daily living job, are you going to make that same mistake again? No, probably not. But and I know that's not the greatest analogy, but there's no way that these referees can be that bad. So
Justin, the way, and the reason I defend the refs is because we're seeing it in hindsight. Almost 90% of the time, we're seeing it in hindsight, and we're seeing it from a God's eye view. Right? We're not seeing it.
I'm not even going to say anything.
Level. Say again?
No, I'm not talking about you.
Mike Martino says, I referee college and high school football and travel baseball. It's hard to get everything right. I understand what these guys are going through. And that's what I say. I get it. They do miss things. There are things that could have been called. Could that hook have been called? Yes. Should it have been called? Yes. Was it? No. Okay. Why? I don't know. Plain and simple. Well, there we go. We're going on the power play, and the guy got called for hooking. Oh, yeah, that's definitely. He's got his glove. He's hooked right in the hand. Shockey says, dude was yanked off his feet. I don't know. I don't, that call, I'm fighting and blaming the ref. That's why you spent more time in the penalty box than you did on the ice, Chris. Chris is the Snoopy commercial. I'm going to do it again in 2 minutes.
Good hold, Fowler.
Yeah, good movement. Good play by Sundqvist there to hold that in. Right out of the zone as the power play ended. Good save by Bennington there if he did get it on there. Even though they've given up a goal, I think this is still a good period for the Blues.
Very good chance there for the Blues on that one. Shots though, man. I'm not happy. Need to see 30 shots on that last 2 minutes here.
Say again?
I said I'm not happy. The Blues need to have 30 shots in this game.
They're going to have 30 shots?
I said I'm not happy. They should have 30 shots in this game.
Okay, sorry.
Such a simplistic simplistic thinking style there. Okay, now that's so the Blues getting another power play. Still pretty weak. See, I'm fair for both sides. I think that was pretty weak. But then again, I don't referee, so I guess I don't have an opinion.
Chill, please.
I just think it's funny. Oh, very good try. Great hold by Falk. Oh.
Oh, just bounced over Thomas's stick there.
Oh my God, good try, man. Just missed. All right. Into the second. Into the second. Dance?
I'm sorry?
Yeah. No, John Hefner told me to dance.
Yeah.
I might start. I might have to. Oh, Shin just missed.
Yeah. Good period though. I mean, I know they gave up a goal, but I still think it was a solid period by the Blues. Penalties came late. They had a couple. They were 0 for 3 on the power play, but you know what? They had chances, and they're trying to make it work. I think that was a good period. We'll kind of cover it here. They were outshot heavily in that period, 15-10. Well, not heavily, but they are outshot 25-15 for the game. Let's see if I can get the numbers right here. 40 attempts for the Rangers, and the Blues 31 attempts. 16 hits for the Rangers, 9 for the Blues. Physical game. Yeah, Blues have 8 giveaways, Rangers 9. Rangers taking it away twice, so of the Blues. Rangers have blocked 10 shots. Blues have blocked 4. Face-offs are now favoring the Rangers 21-19, 53% to 48%. Jason Nichols, Jason, you're just trying to stroke the dragon here. Guy Vincent, I don't know how to express this enough. Shots.
Yeah, you need them shots, baby. Yeah, need them shots, baby.
Right.
Telling you. Like I said, there's no way you look at this game and you're telling me that just because the Blues have 15 shots that they haven't deserved to possibly pot a few more in this game. I mean, they've had a lot of good chances.
They've had a lot of good quality chances, yes.
So it's, again, I stress, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So, yeah. Ryan Green. Well, what's the damage? It's 1-1, buddy. Not much damage going on. They're getting decent chances. Both teams have gotten some chances in this game.
No, it's been a good game so far. I mean, that's why I really don't have a lot to talk about. I mean,
stroke the dragon, yeah. We do like to stroke the dragon here.
Say again?
I said, Ryan said, stroking the dragon. He said, he liked that. So
sounds like locker room blasphemy. Jason says I want shots because of their goal. But here's the thing, Jason. You can sit at the blue line and fire shots all day long. You know, you can have 20, you can have 100 shots on net, but if you're not taking good, solid quality shots and you're taking them right into the vest, it doesn't matter how many shots you put on net. Right?
Exactly my point. But
right, and that's why I kind of, you know, and you, Jason, you may not have heard what we were talking about, but when the thing about shots came up earlier, Justin kind of went off, and he also went off on the refs and upset some people. But you know, that's what it is. I try not to upset. We don't want people upset, but if you are, there's nothing we can do about it. You know, that's kind of what the show is. We do the best we can. Shots equal rebounds and tips. I understand quality. Shots do not always. A quality shot is what equals a rebound and tips, not just taking shots. So there's the difference there.
The Blues have created chaos in front of the net, like we've been wanting them to. They've been creating chaos. They haven't been just getting shots from the point. They've been trying to shoot for tips, deflections, rebounds. They are shooting from the slot quite a bit. A lot of teams are giving the Blues a lot of slot opportunities. Those are grade A chances. You put those in. We do need to start seeing the Blues finish a bit more, but I mean, for tips, deflections, rebounds, put those in. What the hell are you doing?
Sorry, I clicked something and it brought up the show.
But you know, you're looking at this from a aspect of the game. I mean, the game's tied, so who cares how many shots each team has? You know, the fact of the matter, the most important stat of all is both teams have one goal.
Yeah.
So, You can be the Carolina Hurricanes. The Carolina Hurricanes have made it a mission to fire 40 shots a game. Yeah, they are a team that is successful right now. They're a good team. That's their style. But just because they're good at it doesn't mean that other teams are going to be great at it. Each team has their own kind of spin on things.
Wow, this would shock me a little bit. Dr. Detroit says Berube probably getting canned tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, they got beat 4-0 today. We can go. Oh, I can cover the out of town scoreboard. Bunch of finals. These games are all final. Oilers beat the Bruins 3-1. Blackhawks go down to the Canadiens 4-1. The Senators go down to the Penguins 4-0. Also with that same score, the Capitals beat the Maple Leafs. Kings clipped the Lightning 2-1. Let's see here. Minnesota goes up 5-2 over the Blue Jackets. These games are still in progress. With 9:40 to go in the third, the Sabres are up 4-2 on the Flyers. At the end of one, the Flames and Kraken are scoreless. And starting here momentarily, Dallas is in the Shark Tank.
John, I care. Okay, I care because it's a simplistic mindset. Again, I say this: quantity over quality. The Blues had one shot against the Senators, with the Senators having 7 power plays. What did the Blues do in that game? Yeah, they won. So who cares about the shots? Who cares about the scoreboard? That's why I care.
Blues
People trying to make me angry today.
Come on, chill out. Just let it, water off the duck's back. Right?
Bailey.
I love turmoil. I agree. It was a bad fit for that team from the get-go. I believe that. Bailey McClure, I don't recognize this person, so knew one of the most important stats. The goalie that has had a good stretch has a 9-10 plus save percentage.
I know a little bit. I know a little bit of Bailey. I don't know him like that, but I believe Bailey that me and you are friends on Facebook. So I do know the name. I'm familiar with the name. I don't think that we talk very much, but welcome, buddy. If you're just now listening, give us a like, share, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Definitely appreciate you tuning in.
Well, let's while you say that, Erickson Krieger, Mike Mariano, Sister JJ. The S hockey guy, E. Guido, Hefner, he who shall not be named, Aaron Nels, and Jason Nichols. Thank you for putting.
Was that the list?
I was on the show once. Bailey, I don't remember.
That's what I thought. I thought Bailey was on, because I was like, I remember talking with Bailey. I thought he was on the show at one point, because I think it was at the beginning portions of when I started to come on with you. I thought.
Was it a comment, or did I actually have him on?
I thought you had him on, because I think he messaged you and he's like, I got to see, or something like that. Or I was like, it might have been me that said something to you, and then we brought him. I don't remember, but I just know that I thought Bailey and I had a conversation over like a show before, but I didn't know if it was this show or not.
Yeah, it may have been. I don't remember. Game 7 Jets. Okay. I still don't remember. I'm blanking out, Bailey, so excuse me.
Was that our list for likes?
I don't, Bailey, did I just let you comment, or would you actually come on the show? Because maybe I'm blanking out a little bit, bud. And I apologize if I am. I don't think
was that the full list of likes, by the way?
Say again?
Was that the full list of likes?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. No reason. No reason, guy.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's gonna kick me out, isn't it? I hate this.
All right.
Why is this doing this? Oh, there you go. Okay. That was weird. Um. All right. Well, yeah, the Blues. Still a good period from
We're at
a
a commercial break, so that's why I'm not saying anything.
yeah. No, Blues. Blues at that Blues in that period. They give up a goal. But I mean, a solid period overall. I mean, nothing too painful in that period to go over.
All I remember about Game 7 was me cheering and then dropping the flags, the towels. So I apologize, Bailey. Well, she's got just got so much going on in her life right now that her dad is in the hospital. He had an aneurysm, and my heart goes out to you. So she's dealing with that right now. I hope that she's fine. We miss her. She's a good friend. But unfortunately she just can't be on all the time. That's why Justin kind of took her place. Any news on the Whites? It's a day where they decided to use the Whites, right?
No, you're good. You're good, E. I'm not saying that because of that. What are you doing?
I got a little, I guess my fidget spinner.
Oh, it sounded like a zipper.
Yeah, no, it's a clip.
Oh, okay.
And my mic is picking it up. The mic I have is very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like it'll pick up somebody walking out here in front of the window. So
yeah, appreciate Sister JJ. I don't know if you're still in here, but I appreciate you reaching out and telling me about the last show and how it was disappointing that the guy had to get off of the third, but how I did a decent job carrying myself. So I appreciate that. If you're listening, of course.
I watched that reaction in StreamYard and knew it was bad. I knew the Blues blew it because I was on a delay. And I just, Bailey, I'm sorry. I just don't remember, man. Forgive me. I just, sometimes my head goes away from me. And like I said, this is for me kind of a tough time of the year.
I mean, and that's a good point too. We're talking about the Blues in this game. They're showing the stats. The Blues have more ozone possession in this game, and by a minute. Obviously, they've had the power plays, of course, but this is a team and the Rangers that also didn't play last night. The Blues played last night. Rangers are rested. They should be the faster team in this game. A point's big in this one. You want to win. You need 2 points. You want to continue to build off of this momentum. But again, I say this: it is not a division game. It's not a conference game. It is a West Coast versus East Coast, Eastern Conference matchup. So your goal should be at least to get points some way. Whether that's 2 or 1 or 2. You want to get 2, obviously, but you should be hoping that you at least come out with a point.
Well, I appreciate it. message me on Facebook and we can talk later about possibly coming back on if you're back into the season or whatever. Just let me know and we'll kind of go from there. Like I said, I don't remember. I probably have to go back and watch a little bit, but a lot of things have happened since then for me. So, Matt Lowe says
Berggren's goal. Yeah.
Getting a goal, 6 shot. Detroit fans love this kid. I hope he keeps it up. Let's.
Yeah.
We need.
He's fun out there to watch, I will say.
Right.
Hopefully he continues to play well. Like I said, I think the new change of scenery is going to do him some well. It's going to play dividends for the Blues here for a minute because you get the new team bump, new coach bump. But he's a blue-collar guy from what I'm seeing. So if he continues, maybe this is going to be good in the long run for the Blues and Berggren.
Berggren. It's pronounced Berggren. Interesting name. It's badass. Well, thank you for helping me out there, Ryan. Jackass.
Yeah. Well, I say it, but I didn't want to. I'm not correcting him or nothing. I mean, he's close. I mean, it's not too bad. Just it's Berggren. That's, it sounds like it's kind of, if you look at it at a quick glance, it's not exactly the same, but I can see how some people could be like, oh, it's Bergeron, but not really. But
I mess names up. That's kind of the charm of me, I guess.
Berggren, yeah, Berggren. I think it's Jonathan Berggren. So, Bailey.
I see that. I posted it. Don't get me wrong. I'm still having fun watching the close game, but the blow games kind of lose me. Yeah. Some of those games are hard to watch, and sometimes doing the show is very hard, but we do the best we can.
That's the thing, though. These types of games are rare. Like the Blues are struggling to finish goals and put the puck in the net at like consistent clips. So you're seeing a lot of low games, but then again, I want to play devil's advocate because what was the negativity and the criticism about this team? What was the criticism? The first criticism that we talked about. The Blues can't what? They can't close out games. What have they done? They've closed out a lot of close games here in recent stretches. So you're getting what you wanted. So there should really be no complaints on that front about closing games out because they've shown that they are able to do it. They've been more consistent at it. They were bad at it in the beginning, but have picked it up.
Stephen Glass says we have learned to accept Guy not saying names right. That's just Guy.
pretty much. But that's okay. That's okay. They're not easy names, man. I'm telling you, there's some hard ones.
Yep.
I will say the Snuggerud one still gets me because I feel like the Snuggerud one's pretty easy, if I'm honest. But I see how you see it because you usually say Snugard.
Snugard
is what you say. Yeah, Snugard, but it's Snuggerud.
Yeah,
I know.
Snuggerud,
but see, that's pretty tame. But like, there's so many names in the NHL that are just so hard to pronounce, especially if you're not looking at the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, when Berube first came to the Blues, I called him Booberry.
Booberry.
I went and bought, like, it was around October or whatever. I went and bought a box of Blueberry cereal, and I had that.
Blueberries?
Yeah, I had that box in the house for a long time.
That's pretty fun. But like I said, you can't get onto people for mispronunciation. I see it all the time. It's such a hard thing because there's so many players that are not like there's a lot of American-born players, but there's a lot of foreign players in the NHL.
Oh yeah, the French names get me. Oh, I seen a thing on there's this lady that pops up in my feed. She's British, and she talks. She's like a sociologist or history person, and she was talking about the gunpowder plot, which is where I got my name, and she called him Guy Fawkes, and that's actually not his name. His name was Guido Fawkes, and the British shortened Guido to Guy because it's actually a French name. That's where Guy comes from, and it was spelled Gui, not Gui. It was the French who changed, or the English who changed the spelling to Gui.
Yeah,
that's why I got on E one time about not knowing about the origin of my name, because it's his name.
Yeah. So the Blues come out in that period. They get the Bush gets a wraparound chance, pretty close chance right there, and then Mayu with a fantastic pinch. He led the Blues went for a change, and he came in, and instead of going off for a line change, he went in and turned over the puck and got an offensive zone faceoff for the Blues. So you love to see that. I'm feeling the aggressiveness in this period for so far for the Blues. They're being aggressive. Yeah. They're not being passive.
Yeah, I'm feeling it too, my friend.
Dvorsky lays a big body, I believe, on I don't know his first name, but Laba, I believe, is how you pronounce his last name. I know our buddy Matt did a thing on Chris Drury, because he is definitely not a Chris Drury guy. He wants Chris Drury gone, but he was saying like, well, you finally did it, Chris Drury. You finally have your best player, because the Rangers have not had a player score over a point, I believe it was, in a season, in their draft picks or whatever. Laba was the first one.
Oh, Lafayette? You mean Lafayette?
No, Laba was the first. He did it like a few games ago, I think. You'd have to watch I don't know if he posted a video on it or if he posted just a story on it, but
yeah, that was who was it that asked me that? That was oh, I know it. I'm gonna say it here in a second. He's a friend of mine. Unger asked me that, if it was Guy or Guy. Actually, I've had a couple of people ask me that. Oh, how is that not a penalty? You've got an elbow right to the face when he had the puck.
It was a very good pass by Tom. Man, Thomas is just Thomas. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to send that to you. Oh, very good. I'll have to send that to you. The trade that I saw that Matt sent me. I don't know if he sent it to you too, but I was like, did he? Did he send it to you or no?
No.
Okay, I'll have to send it to you. I looked at it and I'm like, it was like a 2 for like 5 trade, but I'm like, no, I'm not trading Robert. It had Robert Thomas and Parayko for like a bunch of Montreal Canadian prospects, but it was just a bunch of like filler pretty much. There was no big noticeable name in there. Wow, Dvorsky absolutely lit up Lava right there. He not even looking. Oh my goodness, he absolutely laid him out. See that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shoulder to chest.
Yeah, he got him good. That was definitely a good hit.
Yeah. I sent some urgency from the Blues here. Yeah, it feels like it. And it's nice to see that in a while.
There's definitely urgency. I mean, like Guy just said, you see it because you see First of all, like I just told you, the Rangers didn't play last night. The Blues played last night. The Rangers should be the fresher team right now, and they don't
Yeah.
look it. They look like the slower team right now. Very good save. Damn, what a. Ooh, good try by Torp. I'm liking the fact that Torpchenko's on the first line. It's crazy to see him up there just because of name value, but he's
He's
done well up there.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Thank you,
way ahead.
Ryan. Appreciate that, Ryan. Thanks, dog.
You're way ahead of me.
Yeah, I know. I bring the raw emotion.
We tried to
Yeah,
we
no.
tried the best job we can for you guys. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Right. BlueNote fan report. You know, I bitch about it sometimes, but it is a labor of love. I've been doing it for my 8th season, and
You have to.
you know, it's important to me. It has been therapy. I have been able to separate some things that have happened because of the show and, work around. But I have met some really, really, I have friends, good friends, and I'll say this summer, getting to meet Hefner after 7 years was really cool. That was a lot of fun to finally get to meet him. And then, being able to go to Roland's funeral, that was just one of those situations. I mean, I'd have been at Roland's funeral no matter what. The flag's already flipped. What are you talking about, John? Look over Justin's head.
The flag is already
on
flipped.
the screen, Justin. Look at this. I don't know if you see it on the screen.
You mean up in the top right? It's on the top right of me. So
yeah, you notice it's upside down. So during the 1890s,
no.
Say again.
No, I didn't. I mean, I noticed up there. I know it's up there. I just didn't. I wasn't looking at it in depthly to see that it's upside down.
Yeah, it's actually upside down. In international, an upside down flag means a sign of distress. So in 2018-19, I took a picture of the flag and flipped it upside down and put it on the show. It had a sign of the Blues being in distress, and I didn't flip it back until they won the cup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very good chance. They just showed. I'm sure you saw it. They just showed JT Miller and Colin Parayko getting, having a fight in the Four Nations last year, which is kind of crazy to think about because when I think about Colin Parayko, I don't think about fight, and I certainly don't think that the dancing partner, if he was to fight somebody, it would be JT Miller. But
if they get into a playoff spot, I'll flip it back. If they win more than 3 games, I'll flip it back. Yari left the game with an injury. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Torpo is just adding some grit and puck retrieval to a line of playmakers and puck handling. Thomas and Blue stump and let the dog Torpo loose to retrieve. That's not a bad point.
Oh, wow. It looks like the Blues have Berggren. Oh, my God. It looks like they moved Berggren up to the top line with Thomas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Thomas,
you know what?
They've had a lot of good chances.
A line shift. It might have been a line change. Oh, no? Yeah, because he's going back. Ryan Green says, I hope to meet you someday, guy. I think it would. Well, I'm still thinking about trying to, fly into LA and rent a car from there and do my trip from that point. I mean, it'd be a much bigger trip. I have friends that, I have a daughter that lives in LA. I have one that lives in San Francisco. So it's possible if I come out there for a day or two before I take my big trip and do some fishing on the way in. Oh, I thought that went in.
Yeah, Robert Thomas batted that puck backwards from midair.
There's a lot of energy or urgency in this team right now.
Yeah,
We haven't wow.
Yeah, the Blues are peppering shots right now. I mean, the Blues have definitely been the better team in this period.
I've been to Stephen. I've actually been to Australia 6 times. And I'll say this if I was going back to Australia, I will make sure I am divorced before I ever go back to Australia, because all I do is I will get myself in trouble in Australia. So, and I say that with love to my wife.
Yeah, there's a sense of urgency in this. I mean, I don't know what it is, but they've came out with some energy. This looks like an even bigger push than the first 2 periods. I mean, I didn't think they played a bad first 2 periods, but this is the energy. You feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they got Thomas with I think Berggren moved up with Thomas and Bush, I think, and they dropped Torpchenko. It looks like.
Add a little speed there.
Well, they got those really good chances. That Thomas line had 2 good chances right there. Thomas in the slot, and then Thomas again knocking the puck out of midair.
Shockey said I drank a lot in Sydney. If I went back to Sydney, the one thing I would have to do is go get me one of them damn meat pies, man, at the pier. That was so good. I don't even know if they still have them.
Wow, man, what a play by Jake Neighbors to get back in the
back
check and then lift that guy's stick. And
I guess Steven knows what I'm talking about. There's a little red truck that's right off the pier, and they make these like pot pies they're covered in mashed potatoes, and they're just really, really good, man. I ate like 5 of them while I was there. Yep, you're right. You did join them.
You did what?
Yeah, Berggren did join them. They did make a line switch. Yeah. You were correct on that.
I like that though. Rewarding the young man for playing good game.
Good play.
I mean, and Thomas has got. You're talking about him because Berggren kind of has that sneaky speed. He's kind of small. Thomas with his passing ability, who knows what that could do for Berggren.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, they connected almost twice on that last shift that they had.
Well, not only that, you look at the goal he scored. That was a goal scorer's goal. That wasn't, just throwing it at the net. That was a goal scorer's goal. Shockey said that's pretty much all I ate. The place was right below King's Cross. So you go to King's Cross and have your fun, get drunk, and then go down and eat that before you went to the ship. I'm listening while doing a Christmas project. Well, I hope you get me a good Christmas present, Ryan.
Great block by Stenberg, man. I'll tell you what, Stenberg, for me, like I said, I still don't think Stenberg is going to be a guy that is on this roster once the Blues get healthy. But Stenberg is a guy that probably could make the roster next year.
Yeah. By the way, if you're watching on Facebook, put a heart on or a like, a thumb up, a heart. We really appreciate that. It helps the logarithm. If you're watching on YouTube, do the same. It helps our show get out there. The more likes we get, the better chance that people are going to see this. I think Monty's just trying to get some finish. Possible. I mean, I like the fact that he had some speed up there with him.
I mean, you talk about trying to make things work. I mean, yeah.
He froze for a second. He'll come back.
Um. Hello.
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, I like what they did with Torchenko being on that line. Like they said, okay, Torchenko, let's reward him for playing good, playing hard, working hockey, getting first line minutes, and then he's not having. I wouldn't say he's having a bad game, but he's just Berggren's having a good game, so they're rewarding him. So
I know I've had elephant. I haven't had dog. I think I've had monkey, and I've had elephant. Well, I said elephant. Monkey. What else have I had that's weird? I had elephant in Egypt.
that's interesting.
What?
Elephant.
Yeah, there was I guess there was a it's an well, I don't think it's an endangered, but it's a there was a place like a like alligator and crocodile. You like crocodile. You have to get it from a farm, and there was a farm. There was it was an expensive steak. I'll tell you that.
I bet. Yeah, steak in general is not cheap.
It was also the size of the plate. It was freaking huge. A lot of fat in it. Oh, wow, man, that snake bit.
Oh, boosh.
Yeah, this is snake bit.
Yeah, I mean, man, the amount of chances that the Blues are getting, it's crazy that they're just not putting more pucks in the net.
No, I had fried. I didn't have crocodile steak. I had fried crocodile. I went on a jumping crocodile thing, and they had a farm where they got stuff from. It was a little tough to chew. The elephant was a little tough to chew. It was steak was like that thick. I know you can't really see, but I mean it was like 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches thick.
Yeah, I can see.
It had like this layer on, like the they removed the skin, but it still felt like it had this layer of thick skin on it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to have a really sharp knife to cut it. And originally they bring it out almost rare, right? I mean, rare. Wow, $22? Wow, that's expensive. It was semi-lean. It did have, it had fat in it, but it didn't have like fat. So.
Ha! I love it. I just saw that trade that Matt sent me, and I saw the comments, and everybody was crapping all over it. They're like, "Yeah, the Blues would laugh and hang up." That's exactly my thoughts too.
Yeah. Are you going to send it to me?
Yeah, I'm sending it to you. Okay. I think it's laughable because all it is, it's a mock trade, and it involves just two guys, Thomas and Parayko, and it has just a bunch of filler for the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
And a pick, first round pick. Not a chance. I mean, Patrick Laine's in there, but I mean, you're talking about a bunch of filler, a bunch of expendable guys for the Montreal Canadiens. Okay, so that was Gabe Perreault's first NHL goal.
And here
Oh
shortly will be that mock trade.
man, that Blues are. Got some more fighting going on. You can feel you. Oh, I would have
Uh,
waited until break.
Caden Gould, Oliver Kapanen, Alexander Zavorsky, Jaden Struble, Patrick Liane, 2026 first round pick for everybody says no. Oh
Absolutely.
my goodness. St.
Absolute-
Louis absolutely says no on that. No freaking way.
Absolute.
None.
Absolutely. Well, and that's what I'm saying. That's Montreal has been always. Oh yeah, you should give us Kyrie. Oh, you should give us Thomas. And what they want to do is they want to give us their expendable guys. They don't want to give up anything to make that trade a reality. So
Yeah.
there's
It's
no
gotta
way
hurt.
that's yeah. What's happening here?
I don't know. It might be a penalty. Shots. We were complaining about shots. They were 26 to 15 or 25 to 15. They're now 26 to 4. Shots this period are 9-1.
In favor of the Blues.
No, in favor of the Blues for the period, still for the Rangers overall.
26 to 24.
Oh, they are just wow. I like seeing this.
The Blues have been the better team in this period.
Yeah, in this period, absolutely they have. Oh no,
I mean,
it's
it's
nice
been
pick there, Tuck.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it was very even in the first two periods. This period has been way more of the Blues than the Rangers. Which worries me because I feel like we might just be getting a lucky bounce on happening here soon.
Bennington's been very good this game. He needed it. He absolutely needed it. This is who scores next wins. That's for sure. Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them trade Scandella for a bag of pucks and used sticks. You know, our bag.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, no, you absolutely say no to that trade. There's no way that yeah, I mean you're first of all Kyrou that's a different thing. You're trading for me, Robert Thomas, although Kyrou is a great player, Robert Thomas is your star guy. He's your best player on the team. You're not giving up Robert Thomas without getting a noticeable return back.
Yeah. Like I want Suzuki, bare minimum.
Yeah, it would. Trade. Yeah, you would have to if you're Montreal. You'd have to give us like Nick Suzuki. You know, because they're not getting rid of Caulfield. So you'd have to get rid of Suzuki.
I'd want Caulfield. I'd want XI, Wi-Fi, right? Those are the type of names, type of guys that I'd want in that trade to even like talk about it. But I'm not trading Parayko and Thomas. That's freaking stupid.
Yeah, especially for
Stupid.
especially for, like I said, just expendable guys on Montreal.
Hey, I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. This game still tied 1-1, but this is, like I said, this is a game where next goal probably wins it. 5 minutes left in the third period. Blues need to at least get a point in this game. I think that they've played well enough to where they've deserved to win this game, but we shall see what happens in the last 5 minutes. Yeah, shots are almost tied. That's exactly why I didn't make too much of a hassle out of it, John. Is why I did that, because shots don't matter. The Rangers have had shots in this game, but I can't say that they've had as many grade A chances as the Blues have. So the Blues need to capitalize, that's for sure. But they've definitely been the better team in this period, like the far better team in this period. Great play there. Yeah, you're right, Steven. You trade. Yeah, you don't just trade your best players for essentially a bag of pucks. That's not what you do. So yeah, you trade your core guys for core guys.
All right. Back.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hey, John, I'm with you 100%. F the point. I don't want a point. I want both points. But you want to get a point.
Yeah. Who said they only wanted a point?
No, I said that the Blues need to have a point in this game, and John said F the point, meaning he wants 2 points. I want 2 points too, but in a conference, Eastern Conference versus Western Conference matchup, all you need to do is get a point at least. Everybody wants 2 points, but when you're playing a team that's not in your division, you don't care what the other team does.
Yeah, agreed. As long as they don't win.
Yeah, you don't want them to win, obviously. But if you can get a point in your Eastern Conference matchups when your team is in the West, you're doing good because you're getting points for your division and conference.
Ryan, that was my Forrest Gump moment. I gotta pee. This is an urgency we haven't seen from this team most of the season. Uh-oh. Good recovery. At least for a second.
Oh, great play, Shen. Wow. Great stick.
Oh.
So shots 11-2 in favor of the Blues in this period.
Yep. Army probably told him win or trade. Yeah, I mean, he basically did. It didn't probably be, he did. He had that conversation and said, if they don't go on a run, nobody's safe. And he had that with the media.
Now, what the hell was that? That's not a penalty?
Oh, how do you know?
He just cross-checked him. Oh, my God, dude. Come on, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, good God, man.
But the thing is, when you don't call stuff like that, that's when the game gets out of hand.
Yeah,
And
you
it can
you
make
set you
making
s- you
making
set a
the
bad
saves you're not
precedent.
supposed to, and the ones you're supposed to.
Yeah, you set a bad precedent when you don't call stuff like
Yeah.
that.
That's when players takes the situations into their own hands, right? Take matters into their own hands. I mean, I know hockey polices itself, but it's still the referee's job to try and prevent some of that.
I mean, but my thing is the young, like, it's the young guys. The Rangers, they've done that. That was against Bergen right there, who they just cross checked. And then earlier in the game, they did the same thing to Stenberg.
Yeah.
So it's like the young guys that they're going at. But yeah, they're showing it right here. How is that not a penalty? I mean, right in front of the camera.
Oh yeah, I mean, he got him in the lower back too. That's absolutely what cross-checking is. I don't think the ref saw that. Parayko was blocking his view. Possible, but the camera got it. That's why I say there needs to be that fifth rep in the building on the replay, right? And I'm sorry, that's got to get called.
Well, and I mean, and I understand that. I mean, Parayko is a big body, but the thing is the puck is in the corner. The ref's focus should be on the puck battle.
Puck.
So
yeah,
you should
that's
see
the
that.
thing. It should be on the puck, and he may have his eyes down, not up. I will give him a little benefit of the doubt, not a lot.
What in the world?
Oh wow! I can't believe that didn't go in. Oh, I think it might have been goalie interference if it did, but. Bennington doesn't have a stick, and he can't get over and get it.
All right, boys. 50 seconds left. I don't see how that would have counted if that went in the net.
No, Ryan says, don't they call if it's under? No, it's any cross check. I mean, above or on the numbers or under that should have been called.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was definitely cross-check. He should have been in the box.
Yeah.
All right, boys. 20 seconds. Don't be over-aggressive, but be kind of aggressive to not sit back. Oh. All right. 8 seconds left.
Yeah, that might not be a penalty.
No, it's not. It deflect. He tried to dump it in and it deflected out. And
Robert Morton's here. Hey, Robert. Hey, Bob. How are you?
Oh yeah, there's no way.
At that point,
no way that would have been that would have counted.
That would have been goaltender interference.
Yeah, no way that would have counted. All right, well, Blues are getting the point, so they got a point at least.
There we go. Yep. End of regulation.
This is a better this has been a good game. The two games that these two teams have had, this has been the better game of the two, but both games were defensive battles. And me personally, I'm looking at this and the Blues, when they played the Rangers at MSG, I thought the Blues have had the better of the play through the two games. I thought the Blues played a better game. Or not a better game, but
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding.
Hold on a sec.
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Happy birthday. 6th birthday, Chase. Love you, buddy. Miss ya. Gonna see you when I come home next time. Happy birthday, Chaser. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I just I'm looking at it, and the Blues, they played the Rangers at MSG, and I thought they were the better team at MSG, and they lost that game. I think that with that third period that they had, I think that they are the better team in this game. For what we've seen. You know, it was even at first, and then the Blues kind of ran away with it in the third. But all right, well, the Blues got a point, so hopefully the Blues can. We all know how the Blues and overtime and shootouts have been, so we shall see. But
we need that first OT win. We're 0-7. Let's get it. Let's get it.
It would be disappointing because this has been a good game. The Blues have played a good game, especially the fact that the Rangers are healthy, are fresher, and the Blues played last night.
Only allowing one goal. If I know Chase is watching, Bob, if I know Chase is watching, I will sing happy birthday. But I got to know he's watching. Might be a little too late for him.
Nice. Very good face-off win. What time are you at?
You're way ahead of me. I haven't seen the face-off yet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were ahead of me now. I thought so after a certain point, but
I thought I was, but I guess I fall behind. I just saw the face-off. So you're ahead of me. So if you see something, nah, he's already in bed. Okay. Maybe I'll do it next time. Kai, get your warmed up birthday, your voice warmed up. Happy birthday to you. I forgot to sing happy birthday to Chaser. Keep my phone down so I don't see what happened.
Okay, yeah, I'm keeping my phone off too because it is a delay. Wow, very very weird situation there. I don't know how close you are now, but the Rangers get in an icing.
They just very rarely
wow. Yeah, very rarely do you see an icing in overtime.
Yeah,
3-on-3.
Wow.
That could cost them, but hopefully the Blues can get possession. Big face-off here. I just hope the Blues can get back to their greatness in overtime because they were a really good overtime team. I mean, I don't think it's they haven't been bad. It's just they haven't won. Like overtime's been good for them. It's the shootout that they suck at. Well, it takes good confidence in Monty to throw a guy like Berggren out there for his second game with the Blues and throw him into overtime.
Oh, nice stick, Berggren.
Yeah. Man, a lot of stoppages so far in this overtime. Oh, what the actual hell was that play by the Rangers? That was an abysmal play.
Oh yeah.
What was that? What the hell was that, dude? Jesus. Yeah. I mean, lucky it didn't cost you, but good Lord, that was a terrible play. Who was that? Who was that? I don't even know who that was.
Zibanejad.
Wow. That was well, maybe he should be benched for that move. Because, holy moly.
Hey, when I did my anecdote on that, did you get it? Did it make sense? I was worried about that. Oh, wow. The Rangers are having at overtime. And that scares me because it means they're probably going to. I'm going to shut up. Told you guys you're not allowed to say anything till I say it. God damn it. 0-8. Wow.
Oh my goodness, man.
I don't think that was a soft goal.
Man, the Rangers did not deserve to win that
Deserve
game,
that
dude.
win. No.
Holy moly, they did not deserve that win at all. That is crazy, dude. Holy moly.
No, did not deserve it at all.
Wow. Yeah. They got severely outplayed in the third period.
Your mom would like you for about 90 seconds.
Why? 90 seconds. What?
Yeah. She said, Justin, can you get away for about 90 seconds? She needs your help.
Okay.
I got you. 0-8. Yeah. Not. Yeah. Blues did not deserve that loss at all. Bennington had a good game, right? Bennington had a good game. Overall, it's an overtime loss, and you can call it what you want. I'm okay. I thought the Blues played well tonight. I really did. Don't like taking the OT loss, but I like getting the point. With some of the other things going on here, let's cover them here in a second. Utah didn't play tonight. They play tomorrow, so they're one of the teams. The Blackhawks lost. That helps us. Now we get another point clear of them. The Jets didn't play tonight. They play tomorrow. They play against the Avalanche tomorrow. The Mammoth play against New Jersey. If both those teams lose, that helps us out with that separation that we need. The game in hand. I mean, now they've got 3 games in hand instead of 2, but getting that separation is good. Ryan Green says the offense continues to disappoint. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe they need to come out in OT and win quick. They play around too much. I think all teams play around too much. They outplayed us in the second. We outplayed them in the third, but we got a point. I'll give the point to Benny. Benny had a good game. Bennington had a good game. That shot by Miller was the reason why you shoot the puck. I get you, but there's a big difference shooting the puck 3-on-3 than 5-on-5. 5-on-5, he doesn't have that room. He doesn't have that room, and that's the difference there. And again, you when you talk about that, overall, the Blues were only outshot 30-27, right? And each team got one shot in the overtime. So the shots weren't as bad as you make it out to be. I mean, in the third, they outshot them 11-4, right? Rangers had 54 attempts, and the Blues had and I got that right? 3, 4. Yeah, they had 54, and the Blues had 56 attempts, if I'm doing the math right here. No, I'm 56 attempts. So at that point, they are shooting the puck, right? At least for the game. They can't score 2 goals in 2 games. That's 2 goals in 80 minutes. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I get that. I can see where you say that. Doesn't mean that they haven't had chances. They're struggling burying them. Okay, but to say they're struggling burying chances, but to say the offense is off, I'm not there. Can I respectfully say something? I'll keep it. I hate 3-on-3 overtime. I don't have a problem with 3-on-3 overtime. I don't know why you guys hate it so much. right? I don't understand why you guys hate 3-on-3 overtime so much. I really don't get it. I mean, the only thing I'd like to see change is not being able to take it back over the blue line, the back into the defensive zone. I don't think you should be able to do that. Otherwise, the face off at center ice or face off in your defensive zone. Either way, I just hate that they skate around a lot with the puck. Both teams do that. It's not everybody. And again, that would go away if you eliminate taking it back into the defensive zone. You eliminate that. You eliminate. You make it so that's a face-off. That doesn't happen. I mean, I know it does slow. It will slow the game down a little bit, but teams will learn how not to do it because sooner or later those face-off losses, the face-offs are gonna hurt you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like 3-on-3 overtime either. I think it's lame. I think it's played out. I think it's boring. But there's not much I can say about this game. I mean, this was a game that the Blues deserved to win. This was the game that they definitely deserved to win.
I won't call it a bad loss, though. I won't call this a bad loss. Did they deserve to win? Yeah. Is it a bad loss? No, it's still a good loss. You got a point out of it. You played hard. You were. Binnington showed you what he was made of, right? Who he can be. So overall, I'm more than happy with how this game came out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'll say that I'm more than happy how it came out. I'm good with it. Right? Next show will be Sunday at 7:00 or 8:00. It will be 7:00 if we have a guest. If we don't, it will be 8. Right? That's my plan. I do not plan on doing Saturday's game. That could change, but I don't plan on it. I'll let you know. We can talk about it during tomorrow or whatever. But I right at the moment do not plan on doing Saturday's game. Right? We play Saturday and then Monday, I think it is, before the holiday break. We might have a guest on Sunday, writer from the Hockey Writers. We will see. I gotta reach out to him and see if that's a little more confirmed. I think if they consistently play how they played in the third, the goals will start falling. Maybe. I bet Lips and Shags are grinning, Guy Benson. Maybe. I think if anything, I
messaged Matt, and I said the Rangers did not deserve to win that game at all. He goes, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, he said it was a boring game. Not gonna lie. I think probably from a Rangers standpoint, yeah, it probably was a boring game. As a Blues fan, I'm okay. I thought it was exciting because I thought that they were a team. I thought that they were a team that was more offensively dangerous in that game, especially in the third. But yeah, he said he agreed, which I figured he would.
Yeah. Well, but I think that's going to be enough for me. I think I'm talked out. All right. I made it through the whole game. I think that's good enough. Any last thoughts?
Like I said, this is not a bad loss. I know that people are still not going to be happy that they lost and didn't get a point, and about the missed chances and all that. But like I said, not a bad loss. They got a point. You can't worry about what the Rangers do because the Rangers aren't in our conference or division. So they got a point. They deserve to. That's what I'll leave it at tonight. They deserve to, and they didn't get it. So, but they played well.
Yeah, so I'll agree with you completely there. I had a fun show. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan. For Justin Eagle Eye Scott, we are your hosts on the Blue Note Fan Report. We do game day lives like we did tonight, and then we do a weekly show on Sunday, either 7 or 8. Sorry that it's changing. It kind of depends whether we have guests or not and what things are going around. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday night. Could see you Saturday. You never know. But I got to ask Justin, how do we end this show, Justin?
I think we got to ask where the girls at. Where are the girls?
What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo. And I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
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 And since it is Pacer's birthday, Justin.
Happy birthday. But where are the boys? Where are they at?
Chase and his brothers.
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, your long-time host of the Blue Note Fan Report, saying you got to know that I'm bleeding blue with you.
And as always, it's Let's Go Blues.
For Justin Eagle Eye Scott, I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan Betsy, and this is the Blue Note Fan Report. We'll see you next time. Aloha!